Live 365.
And guess what? He is with Daddy, and he's not eating any Happy Meals, which is probably he's going to live a hell of a lot longer because of that. Am I right?
Yes.
Sure. No Happy Meals, no McDeath for Elion. Oh, speaking of great food, we're getting Ruth Chris for lunch today. Let's hear it. That's why I came in. I don't know about George, but that's why I came in today. We're getting Ruth Chris for lunch. Oh, and tomorrow I'm going to bring in, you better listen to me very carefully now. I'm going to bring in, and I tell you right now, you know how I'm always talking about Atkins is the only way for me to combat diabetes and blood sugar, but I can't do it because it's too hard to stay on and I have my sweet tooth and make all these excuses. One of his books, it's the one about longevity. I can't think of the name. I'll bring it in tomorrow. I should have brought it in this morning. And he writes the reasons of why you shouldn't be eating refined carbohydrates, what sugar does inside your body. There are these things called AGEs. And what they do, he says, what they do inside your body, when you eat sugar, it's like when you brown meat. It does the same thing to the insides of your body. You're nodding your head. Are you familiar with that?
I've heard the principle. You're burning yourself up.
Yeah. Don't get burned up about it, but... And if I'm going to bring that in, I'm going to paste that on my refrigerator door. And since I read that I think Saturday morning. I was going back over some of that book. I was looking for some other information. And I read about that. Have I had any sugar since then?
No.
Any crap?
No.
All these people, when they study the people that live to be like 120, and they ask them what they do, it's all low-cal, low-carb.
Low-carb. When you're eating that refined carbohydrate, those Doritos and that sugar and those candy bars, you're frying your guts.
They did experiments with rats.
You're browning your meat. How do you like that?
And it was a really crappy donut I had this morning. Why did I eat that?
I mean, it's one thing to beat your meat, but don't heat your meat, okay? Don't brown your meat. I'm going to bring that in tomorrow, read it on the air, and people are going to say, they're going to be throwing their Snickers bars in the toilet. Or something that looks like a Snickers.
Diarrhea.
I knew that was a neat giraffe. I say, have you got some Depends on you?
10:13 at 560 WQ. I just did something that's going to add years to my life. You know what it is? I took the sports section of the Herald and I taped it over the bottom part of the TV set. Well, I could have taped anything. I mean, it just happened to be handy. I'm not going to be looking at it again. And so if anybody comes in here and wonders why the sports section of the Herald is taped to the screen on my TV set, it's covering up the part. Because I want to watch CNN. Not that I want to watch it, but I want to have it on in case something earth-shaking happens. Like if they have if the Peruvians go nuts again and shoot down some plane with some born-again Christians on it. Or anything that we need to know here, since it's our only contact with the outside world.
Uh-huh.
So I want to have CNN going on there or whatever. Or MSNBC, but they all have that crawl on the bottom, and since the market is tanking again today, I don't want to see it. I mean, seeing it isn't going to change anything. There's nothing I can do about it, and psychologically, it's much more beneficial to me not to see it. So that's a good idea for all you people out there, is tape something like some black crepe would be good across the bottom of your TV screen, so that you don't have to see that obnoxious crawl, which they feel compelled to put on there, so they can ruin your day. Because like Mitch Hirsch says, the market tanks a lot. And it's tanking again today. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing today?
Okay, sir.
I hope do you think the Heat might bounce back tonight?
I really don't know and don't care.
Well, okay.
Oh. Do I think the Heat might bounce back tonight? Do I give one flying crap about the Heat? No. Here's a mobile in Dania. Hello.
Marico!
Uh-huh. Oh, okay, we're off and running again, just like last Thursday and Friday. Picking up, even with the weekend in between. We're right off where we left off last weekend. Huh. And do I think the Heat... And by the way, for that guy and anybody else like him, our poll on over the weekend, how interested are you in the NFL draft? We had a tremendous response, 1,170 votes, of which 364, 31.1% said, if I hear the word draft again, I'll puke. Somewhat interested, 321, 27.4%. Not at all, 319, 27.2%. Interested a lot in the draft, 166, only 14.1%. Lifeless people out there who got sucked in by Mel Kiper and ESPN and all of a sudden felt that this was something very important. Was it important?
No.
Was it a big happening? No. But it's just like the thing with the story about that Cuddy guy. And like the Elion business. The media sucks them in, and they say, oh, yeah, you're right, this is very important. Let's have a big party, huh? Come on.
Party. Yeah.
Yeah, what's life without a draft party? Great article in the Sun Sentinel today. You know, I'm about one step away from just not taking any calls on this show anymore, you know? I really am. I mean, we're rolling along for weeks, and all of a sudden last Thursday and Friday, I wasn't even going to mention it because I figured, well, they have the weekend to sober up and recuperate, you know? And all of a sudden last Thursday and Friday, it's like all crazy day. Everybody and their brother on the phone is nuttier than a fruitcake. And we start off this morning, and the first guy wants to know, do I think the Heat have a chance to bounce back tonight? As if I give some flying crap, as if this is a sports show. Is it a sports show? No. As if I care about some 7-foot-tall Spartans. Who cares? And then we have the same morons, you know, that we left off with last Thursday and Friday. And you want to know why? Because basically it doesn't make any difference how many days go by. It's like when I went away for the summer last year for 2.5 months. And I came back. Did they have anything else to talk about?
No.
Was it any different than it was before? No. It's the South Florida effing way, man. You people have nothing to talk about. You have nothing to say about anything. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello?
Hey, Neil, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Neil, I don't know if you're aware about some offshore drilling for oil.
Meaning what?
Well, the president approved the oil companies to start offshore drilling outside the coast.
And?
By the governor of Florida. Said
and?
No. How about the draft? How was the draft? You like it?
See what I mean?
How about them Heat?
Uh-huh.
They're going to win tonight, you know that?
Yeah.
And then we're going to make it all the way.
Uh-huh.
And the Super Bowl, too. We're going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, good. I think you belong at the bowl. Yeah. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Neil. Sounds like you're really frosted about this type of phone activity that's been taking place here.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
Well, you know, it's just, I get tired of hearing the same old complaining. Stop taking calls if you're not happy.
Yeah.
Monday, man, you're really setting a lousy tone for everyone out here.
Oh, I'm setting a lousy tone?
Yeah, you are.
I'm setting a lousy tone. And what are you doing?
I try to tune in to have a nice day because normally you're very pleasant.
Uh-huh. I'm very... And today, let me ask you something. When I punched up the first line on the phone, was I unpleasant?
I didn't say you were, but your fella has changed very, very quickly.
My what has?
Your tone.
My tone has changed?
That's right.
And what about your tone?
Well, because you frosted my ass. What do you expect,
Well,
Dad?
that's good. That's what I'm here for, is to frost your freaking ass.
And the bird hates your guts.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, rest in peace. He's dead and he still hates my guts. How do you like that? The bird hates my guts. Are you ready for that?
He died?
Yeah, he died. There's the early bird and then there's the dead bird. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, it just continues. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. See, that's the substitute for having anything to say. Is that whole song and dance, that little dog and pony show he just put on for us there.
Uh-huh.
That was beautiful. And if you let him go long enough, there it comes out. Just like the spick that called before that, pretending to talk about drilling offshore, and it starts in with his little routine. It's like everything else that comes through this, that passes through this place. Like I said on Friday, eventually they'll do their best to destroy it. Don't make any difference to me. Like I told you before, I'm not going anywhere. I get paid one way or the other. So you can either play the game and have something to say, humorous, intelligent, amusing, or just be a bunch of assholes. Makes no difference to me. And it doesn't frost my ass. Because I've got 25 years of it. Whether it's the old people, Dr. Dunn, I have the blue lips, Dr. Dunn, or whether it's a bunch of young punks like that little spick that called before, or anybody in between. It makes no difference. Because one thing I've discovered here is, generally speaking, they're pretty much all the same. Yeah, like that. Kind of like that. Here's Cooper City. Hello.
Sports Blues! Oh!
We got lunch coming from Ruth Chris at noon, George. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, I haven't forgotten it.
That's why
My
we
weekend
came in.
seems really pleasant now by comparison.
That's right. Just, you could have been here instead. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
You know, my kid's 16 years old, and he likes your show.
Uh-huh.
And I like your show. I mean, I'm the one who turned it on.
Yeah, you're a moron, Woody. You're still an asshole.
Well, thanks, but...
You're welcome. 567-0560. They're all out there, each and every one of them.
I think we're on the verge of a
there-
record today.
No, not just today, but Thursday, Friday, and today. I think it's like a new streak. We have a new kind of streak going now. And I could have given that pull that I was going to do for 3 days. I might not even do it now because I'm so impressed by this. I'm so just bemused by this. Just off the wall, out of nowhere, when you least expect it. Like we were talking about the pent-up selling on the Wall Street was the excuse for the market on Friday. Pent-up selling. Which I'm waiting for some pent-up buying myself. And this is pent-up something. Yeah. Pent-up. Yeah, like you said. Here's Miami Lakes. Hello.
Miami Heat, yeah!
Did you understand it?
Miami Heat, yeah.
Oh, Miami Heat, yeah. Oh, good. Hey, your ears are better than mine are. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Have any jingles?
Oh, yeah, you're right. That was Blind Mike Jr. I don't think that was the real thing. Was that the real one?
No.
That could have been. I don't know. Blind Mike.
Don't call him Blind Mike.
That was Blind Mike. As in he keeps bumping into the phone. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. This is it's becoming like a S&M exercise for me now. Here's Miami. Hello.
Morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I am going to talk about a sporting event, but I hope it's something that you're a little bit more tolerant with.
I hope it's not the Marlins because they had another 5,000 people there for that game last night, which sure proves to me they need that new stadium.
Yeah, right? No, not the Marlins. I happened to see you up at Pompano Park on Thursday night, and
I wasn't at Pompano Park on Thursday night.
I'm sorry.
Wednesday
it was
night.
Wednesday night.
Uh-huh.
Wednesday night. That's right. And my question for you is, I go to Pompano Park, and it's a beautiful place, and we sit in the clubhouse, and you watch the races and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
I love the thoroughbreds, though, and
I don't.
Hialeah, well, I know you don't, but Hialeah, what's the matter with Hialeah? How come it is the biggest dump of a racetrack that I've ever seen, and are they going to stop racing there?
Do I know if they're going to stop racing there? They're getting like 2,500 people a day, so I don't know how long it can continue. Why is it a dump? Because John Brunetti made it into a dump. That's why. Are you there? And he's gone. Okay. Another great conversation. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Saw me at the track on Wednesday, and why is Hialeah such a dump? Are you following that? No. Because John Brunetti made it into a toilet and keeps whining and moaning, just like John Henry. He wants somebody to do something for him. Maybe if you wouldn't made it into a toilet, John, maybe more people would be coming out there. John Brunetti, that is. Here's a mobile in Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Let's get the hell out of here. The sun is out in Amsterdam, man. Everybody's sitting outside having a beer chip. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, what's happening? Well, why everybody so cranky? What's going on?
I have no idea. 0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Pumice. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay.
You got any tickets for the game tonight?
Yeah, I got tickets for you. You know where I'm going to stick them? Yeah, got any tickets? See, and they're like a bunch of little children. And once the first one comes, then it's a cascade of lunacy. A cascade of idiots. This is South Floridians doing what they do. What's called doing what comes naturally. Doing what they do best. Being morons, assholes, etc. It's been pent up for so long, and it's like a flood now. You know, it's like what's happened in the Mississippi. It's just like the dam opened. The dike burst, if I can say that. Can I say dike?
No.
And it's just all like flowing forth. 26 after 10 at 560 WQM. Want a good night's sleep tonight? Then do the smart thing. Call our friends at Dial a Mattress. 1-800-MATTRES. Dial a Mattress is the original, the easiest, and smartest way to buy you a new brand name mattress. Call Dial a Mattress and talk with expert bedding consultant 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Dial a Mattress only sells national name brands like Serta and Sealy, Simmons, and King Coil. By calling that number, you can be sure you're always buying a top quality mattress that can improve your health by ensuring better sleep and no more back pain. Your mattress will be delivered 7 days a week, the time you choose, and depending on where you live, as soon as just a couple hours after you make that one easy phone call. And don't forget, only Dial a Mattress gives you a 30-day in-home comfort trial. Dial a Mattress keeps the word of their customers on quality, delivery, and guarantees. These are just a few of the reasons why in a national survey, Dial a Mattress outscored every company with a customer satisfaction rating of better than 99%. So call them right now. You'll be sleeping like a child tonight. Call 1-800-MATTRESS, M-A-T-T-R-E-S. Save you time, money, and hassle. 1-800... 10:30 at 560. 560 WQAM. Shut up! Just, okay. Hour and a half away from lunchtime from Ruth Chris. That's all we're here for today. Great article by, actually, it's, an op-ed piece by Richard A. Busmeyer in the Sun Sentinel this morning. Author is a resident of Boca Raton, is all it says. It says, atheists just want freedom from religion. What a great article. I might read it a little bit later. But why should we spoil the rule that the people are on now, huh? Why should we do that? I didn't realize they actually had it in them for like a third day in a row, did you? I couldn't imagine after a weekend in between. But they're miserable and frustrated because they're here. And because everybody's bailed out, Easter's gone, Pesach is gone, the demarcation point of the calendar has come, and now all of them are left behind, just here. And we're here with them. That's the sad part. Not for long, though. Let's see, today is what, April 23rd? I'm thinking, let's see, June, like that. Yeah, like 2 months from today, maybe. Bye, for a long time. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Greenpeace had some very huge, peaceful demonstrations in Quebec over the weekend. Did the media show those?
No,
they're too busy showing 100 demonstrators that were going nuts, going apeshot. And it's the people on CNN like Marvin Candell. Well, maybe we're guilty. We shouldn't be showing all the few small demonstrations, and we're probably being guilty of it right now. Are they guilty? Yes. And then they're doing it. They can't control themselves. It's like these callers. They can't control themselves. They can't stop. It's pent up, and they have to let it out. It's what they are. Here's Homestead. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
They carry around a large bag of it just for that purpose.
Uh-huh. And they figure, how would anybody know the difference anyway, in your case? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Oh, probably same, shade. Same hue. Maybe his name is even Hugh, for all we know. Maybe he knows Huey from the track. Here's Aventura. Hello. Aventura. Couldn't hang on to it, huh? Couldn't squeeze it out. Mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Neil.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Mobile in Miami. Hello. Mouth breather in Miami. Hello.
That's me?
That's you.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Rogers.
See the answer to that. Yes.
First time calling. This caller said, listen to your show, like your show. And without you on the radio, man, I don't know what we would do out here.
Yeah, I know.
So, that's all I got to say, nothing much.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Sorry. Okay. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you today?
Okay.
I promised an intelligent comment.
Yes.
Believe it or not, coming from Miami. I think it's because I'm crossing the Dade Broward line right now. Anyway, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, and this is actually something serious. Do you know that if something is done to you by somebody in the county of Dade, or actually it's a Florida statute, that the most that you can sue somebody that's a county employee, the most that you can sue is $100,000. And I'm talking about something legitimate.
Like what?
Oh, like say a cop runs a red light and hits you.
Yeah.
It's total, and you've got you can't walk for the rest of your life, or you can't do whatever.
Yeah.
Isn't that pathetic? Hello?
I'm listening.
No. What? You don't think it's pathetic?
Yeah, it's pathetic.
I think it's extremely pathetic.
Why, did a cop hit you?
Well, my parents, yeah.
Yeah.
And, trial's coming up, and I got to tell you, it's been a serious thing. And, I don't know if everyone out there is aware of that or not, as to the fact of what the liability is. But I got to tell you, it's really a pathetic thing.
I think it's pathetic.
And, this is one of the only states in the country.
George said it was pathetic, too.
Sorry?
Pathetic. George said it's pathetic.
Well, if George says it's pathetic, then it definitely is pathetic. Because George knows pathetic.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just want to throw that out there because, you got to try to keep your people informed.
Okay.
And the fact is that, we got to band together here and try to get some things changed.
Let's band together.
Thank you, Neil.
Okay. 567-0560, pound 560. See, I'm starting to enjoy it now. I'm starting to really, really get into it. Yeah. I've switched gears here. I've moved from Schindler's List to this, which I don't know what the word is for this, but I don't think whatever it is, we can't probably say it on the air, can we? No. This is great. Or it's either great or it's pathetic. 567-0560. I don't know if I'm going to do that poll, because if we do the poll, it's going to change the whole show. I was going to ask who your favorite all-time TV celebrity is, and I was going to do that for 3 days. That's a tough one. It's like when we did the music thing. It would be a little bit, you're gay, maricon, pathetic. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Well, every now and then we have to, like Clemenza said, every few years we have to have, what was the word he used, What? In The Godfather, I just remember he says every few years there has to be a war for, cleansing.
A house cleaning.
Yeah. No, that was a word he used for it. But that's what we're doing. Like a cathartic experience. Which kind of
sounds... the bad blood.
Yeah, that's right. Kind of sounds like pathetic. Cathartic, pathetic. It's like frying your guts with that sugar that you're eating. That's probably what they're upset about. Wait till I bring that thing in there tomorrow and read it on the air. Oh, yeah, that's just propaganda from that Skatkins guy. Okay, hey, do what you want. Go ahead and fry your intestines. Be my guest. I'm a slow cook. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
How you doing today, Neil?
Great.
I'm down here visiting from Orlando, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Your contemporary, Jim Phillips.
Uh-huh. What is it?
I listen to your contemporary, Jim Phillips, up in Orlando.
He's not my contemporary.
He's not your contemporary?
No. He's a guy on the radio.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He said, I told him I was coming down here to visit relatives.
Uh-huh.
And he said I should give you a stock tip. He said, tell him about El Paso gas.
Yeah, it's real cute.
Later.
Uh-huh. Oh, boy, that figure's come from Orlando, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
El Paso gas. That's pretty funny, pal. Sounds like something Jim Phillips would say. Tell him about El Paso gas. Woo! Heavy duty. 567-0560. See, one good thing, we can feel a little bit better about ourselves because we always got Orlando and Tampa to look at.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, don't worry about them calling you old Maricon and all that. The least of our problems here in South Florida is Maricones.
Yeah.
We got bigger problems. Got to get out of this place. Everybody hates everybody. The blacks, the Jews, everybody hates everybody in this place.
Really?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And, it's under the table. Everybody says they're not prejudiced, and everybody is.
No, it's not under the table. Some places it's under the table. Here it's out in the open. It's right out there.
I have friends that pretend to be, politically correct, and I know how they truly are. So, let's stop hating each other around here, and like the Godfather said, may your first child be a masculine child.
Oh, I'm so glad I had that sports section taped across the front of the TV. So no matter what these people are doing, I feel better already. I do. You got to come in here and take...
Sports Radio 560 QAM. This is CBS.
This old man, Dick Cheney, he had angioplasty, had a heart attack, paddle whack, got him a pulse tone. Next time he's not coming home.
No.
Hey, kids, did you like that? Let's do another one, this time with the president. This nitwit, his name's Bush. He's a hemorrhoid in the tush. He picked a guy who would die so he'd be alone. There's nothing in his empty dome.
17 to 11 at 560 WQAM. We got Hank from Shula Steak 2 at 2 o'clock. Mad Dog Manage coming up tonight.
Yes.
6 o'clock to 9:30 because the ball game's out there in the West in Arizona. Boy, 10,000 people. This seems to be the average these days, Marlins. Is 10,000 it says in the box score in it, which means that really there's like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people in a ballpark. That proves to me he needs a new facility. Doesn't that prove it to you that there's tremendous interest here? They just don't want to go to that awful location there right down the street from us here. Who'd want to go down the street from us here? Anybody?
No.
I don't blame you. But if they could go to like downtown Miami and get, backed up in like 3.5 hours of traffic jam and pay $20 for parking, that ought to do it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So go ahead and build him the stadium. Come on. He made a bad deal. Bail him out. So we got that ball game stuff, Marlins and the Diamondbacks. All starts with the Crow, the Schwo at 8:30. And then Eddie K. real late after all these things. See, the thing with all the commercial plugs in there, what it does is it lends the effect of not wanting to read. You know what I'm saying? It's just too long. Takes up too much valuable time from all these good calls. Uh-huh. Right. And we don't have time for that. Call. Here's South Miami. Hello. South Miami is gone? Oh, no. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm a regular listener.
Yes?
The reason I'm calling, I'd like to know if I could get the number that you advertised for the mortgage company with 3.9%. I know that's a weird request, but is that possible?
Sure. 1 second. Okay, here you go.
Yeah.
It's 1-800.
Yep.
940.
Yep.
5363.
Okay, thank you, and I think your show is great. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
How do you like that? I'm putting it away now. I don't want to leave that laying around. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line for whatever your little heart wants. I'm not going to do the pull till the second hour because I don't want to cut their water off this hour, do I?
No.
No. They're on a roll. Oh, we actually have a lady on there. Let's get her on right away and see if it's like a real... Here's a lady mobile in somewhere. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, hey, Neil, I probably missed your conversation on this. Do you watch that Showtime show, Queer as Folk?
No, I don't.
Oh, it's awesome. I keep trying to find somebody that's been watching it so we can talk about it.
No.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. No, I don't watch Queer as Folk. If I want to see queer people, I look in the mirror. 567-0560, pound. See, that's for straight people who think that they're going to learn something about gays by watching shows like that. Just like Ellen. Do I know any woman like Ellen?
No.
No. God forbid. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. All the people on there are ugly from the promos that I've seen. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, how you doing, buddy?
All right.
Did you watch America Depressing last night?
Did I watch what?
America Undercover.
No.
There's no hope for us now.
What was that?
This is about this guy that, Melvin Just, that, he just married into these women that had little girls.
Uh-huh.
And just, molested them their whole lives.
Mm-hmm.
Went from one family to the next.
Mm-hmm.
It's out in California. I believe George saw it.
Yep. Yeah, he saw it.
Yeah, but, I'm from Alabama. I thought it might have been.
How do you know George saw it?
I talked to him about it.
Oh, I see. I thought maybe you had a psychic vibration.
No,
Okay.
no vibrations yet. But if you get a chance, you need to try and watch maybe 5 minutes of it.
No, I don't. It sounds too depressing. After the Benny Hinn thing, I wasted my time with that, and I spent a lot of time on a show, and most of these people didn't watch it and don't want to talk about it, so I'm not going to get sucked into that again. I'll take your word for it.
Well, that's why I said America Depressing, because there's no hope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get my passport.
All right.
All right, buddy.
I'll see you on the plane.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, so look at this. We had about, less than an hour of internet service today, and now the thing is out, which is going to make it very difficult for me to do that poll thing today. Because that thing just keeps popping up again, the one that says, out of this space. This is a different one now. Out of this space. I'll be damned. You better get your act together in here, Bob Vermouth, I'll tell you that.
He's an asshole.
We just have all kinds of problems just maintaining, from day to day. It's not bad enough we don't have the exterminator in here, which is not his department, of course, but we can't keep the internet thing going here without all kinds of little things popping up there all over the place, little zits on the screen. Hate that. 1,216 votes on that poll over the weekend. How interested are you in the NFL draft? And 86% of the audience were not interested a lot. That's an interesting way of putting it, okay?
Yes.
Yeah. 86% were not interested like a whole lot in the NFL draft. Thank God. That's a good sign. The calls aren't a very good sign, but at least the poll is a good sign. And you want to know why? Because most of the people who vote on the poll are not the ones who call. Most of the people who are in the listening audience are not the ones who call. The ones who call are here's Delray Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How much you pulling out the good stuff?
What is it? Maybe if you got the 20 pounds of cow crap out of your mouth, we could understand what you were saying, which probably wouldn't be a good idea. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. I think we've hit the jackpot this last few days. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
I I just wanted to say that the 3.9%, I called those people and they did a great job for me.
Good.
They should help out a lot of people. It's a really good sponsor of yours. And also, I did see that Benny Hinn thing, but I don't know how is it that Reinhardt, that guy from Germany, makes money? I know how Benny Hinn makes money, but how is it that Reinhardt makes money? Does he charge people in Africa to go watch him heal people?
Hey, them Afrikaners got some cash. Yeah.
I just didn't see how he was making money off of it.
Maybe he's just taking their firstborn and selling them to auction or something. Who knows? Believe me, he's making the big bucks.
Well,
he does it in quantity, didn't you? He had 500,000 Afrikaners there in Nigeria.
Yeah, I saw that.
500,000.
So at $1 a piece, $500,000.
That's not bad. Yeah.
Oh, pretty cool. All right, just want to let you know that.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Neil, I've been listening to the show lately. Maybe it was end of last week and today, and you should do topics like Grego used to do, because those were some good shows.
I beg your pardon?
Grego used to do topics, and and those were some good shows. I miss Grego.
Oh, Grego, yeah. Topics like what? Eating feces?
It was better than your crap.
Yeah, okay, great, thank you. He likes Grego's crap. Well, Grego's gone, okay? You know, Greg, he's long gone.
That's too bad because he was so much better.
Yeah, he was so much better. It's too bad. And, of course, it's interesting because you're still listening to Nobody Think here. Isn't that a shame? And I'm sure that when Grego was... and I wasn't on the air when Grego was on. That's why he was listening to Grego. He was the one. Him and those women from the... what's that where they give the awards out every year, you know? Got the award for the best feces talk. Feces of the Species Award. 5670560. Well, he liked Schwarzer's listening, okay? I don't. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. There's another one. Sounded like he had 10 pounds of cow dung in his mouth. Here's West Palm. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay, sir.
I'm about to take a trip to South America. I was born in Venezuela.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You know, when I go over there, you know, because I've lived here all my life, my family is usually like, you know, they want to know how it is over here, you know, because they don't have anything over there. They're poor as hell. You know, they don't forget about having a car or anything, you know, running.
Okay, good. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Good morning.
Good evening, yes.
Whatever it is. Hey, I don't know. I know your views on, like, Napster and stuff. I don't know if you're familiar with, there's a new server out there called Navigator.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but they'll never, ever be able to shut that down. I don't know why people just don't go to that and stop worrying about Napster.
Navigator is new?
Yeah, it's a new server it's supported by a bunch of, you know, like, from, like, England and, you know, just all over the world where they can't, you know, get into shutting down, you know, anything that's supported here in the United States, you're going to be able to shut it down, stuff like that. But stuff that's overseas, never be able to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there's some stuff on there that's from Napster, but those will be shut down, but there's a lot of them.
Like what? You're talking about music again?
Uh-huh.
So, in other words, you're trying to tell me on the idea that it's okay to, like, steal music without anybody?
No, I'm not saying steal. I'm just saying go in there and, you know, find the song. If you like it enough, then you can be able to go buy it. I mean, I don't support it, you know, in a way to go out there and try to resell it or try to, you know, grab it for free. You know, I'm not in a freebie world. But.
Well, most of the people who are on Napster are, you know, not your people. They're in the freebie world.
Yeah, and I mean, I like to go on there, and I'm not saying I don't like to listen to it off there, but I mean,
it's very difficult for some of these punks to understand, but that is if there's no money to be made in making music, then people aren't going to be making music anymore. Oh, what a concept, huh? Oh. No, you're wrong, Neil. It's there. We want it for free. Okay, well, go get it for free. Most of you couldn't get it paying for it. And the music either. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Yeah, but it's there. Okay, well, get it while you can. Grab it. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing, buddy?
Great.
Let's talk some real sports, man. How about this Maple Leaf?
Yeah.
They're playing great, man. I watched the Sports Center about a couple of weeks ago, right after the regular season, and that Ottawa forward came on, and they were interviewing him. He says, well, you got the Toronto in the playoff else. What do you think of that? He said, well, it's a team that we dominated all year, so it should be over in 4.
I hate to break the news to you, but that's old news, though. See, that's how come nobody's calling here talking about Buffalo blowing out Philly 8-0 and winning that series, huh? Or about all the other great games. See, the Ottawa Leaf series, last I recall, ended many, many days ago, didn't it?
Yeah, but I couldn't get through to you last week, dude. And I'm a big Leaf fan, man.
Yeah.
The big Leaf fan. I just couldn't get through to you. I know Buffalo really dominated Philly real good, too.
Uh-huh.
And, well, I still like the Leafs go all the way.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Good luck to us. Go, Leaf, go. We going all the way?
No.
567-0560, pound 560 on it. See, I'm going to use the negative approach like I did with the Ottawa series when I said we wouldn't win one game. Leafs have no chance against New Jersey, do we? No. Use that approach. And then, of course, if something good happens, then you're pleasantly surprised. As opposed to the people that talk a big game, and then when nothing happens, then they left, with egg on their puss. That's a real good lesson for all you kids out there. Just expect the least, and if anything good happens, then you grab it, squeeze it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line.
Here's a good tip, said my broker. Yeah, the market is solid and sound. Just invest more. Recovery's coming in time. Your stocks will rebound, but they're free.
Only $50.
Those are long days out there on Wall Street. Watch stocks go from bull to a bear. Though at least it hasn't hit bottom, but just wait now, it's almost there. Yeah, they're free.
Watching it because I got my newspaper just plastered right over the bottom of my TV screen there. I don't have to see it. I feel much better about it. 11 o'clock at 560 WQAM. And you know something? That first hour was very instrumental in maybe helping the show out. You want to know why? Because summer replacement when I go away for the whole summer. How about Greg? Oh! Yeah. We can probably dig him up somewhere. He's probably not working.
Well, maybe not in radio.
Isn't it amazing all these people that they thought were so great, like Karen Kay, and what was the one that...
Who thought they were great?
Walter Sabo. She said she had a great set of lips. And just like Erin Summer, she's got a great ass. Remember that line?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And Steve Nichols said, tastes like a penny to me. And then we got, what's her... I can never think of her name, the one that's out there in Portland syndicating her show on 7,500 little 10-watt stations. The one that lasted 5 minutes in the afternoon, and then got the big, got canned. Let's see, the one before, the Goddess. Before the Goddess was Ed Till, and before Ed Till. What's her name? That was on Stupid Talk, and after Liz Wilde.
Oh, Liz.
Yeah, see, even George has forgotten now. Liz
that was very, very
I'm just
brief.
wild about Liz. Well, that's what I'm saying. All of these great stars that they put on the air. There's Mike Church. Look at the list we could make.
Scoot. Don't forget
Scoop
Scoot.
the poop. Don't forget the poop. Scoop. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were really good. And how about that Joey Reynolds? Can we bring him back? What do you say?
No.
Oh, he was the best. He would talk to the guy with the eyes for hours, you know. All the other people you won't talk to because you're a prick, but he was a good guy, Joey. Yeah.
He'd have them in the studio.
He'd have them in the studio. Polluting our... In fact, that's probably where the corporate disease started, if you ask me. So our survey that we're going to take, and we'll do it the same way we do with the music, and that is we'll take one from each day, whoever is the highest one, and carry it over for 3 days till we find out. And the reason that I was inspired to do this, I was watching another one of those MSNBC things yesterday. What was it about? I wasn't really watching it because I've seen it 20 times. I mentioned this a couple of weeks ago, the Brady Bunch. But I was channel surfing, and there was Florence Henderson. And she was saying, I think that most of our audience were hoping that there was something sexual between me and what was the kid that played the older son on that show? Whatever his name was.
Greg,
yeah.
But, whatever his name.
And she was saying, and I thought, I always liked Florence Henderson. She's a cool lady, Florence Henderson. Right?
Never stole his freight train.
Maybe used a little bit too much Western oil. And I'm not saying I would vote for Florence Henderson, would I?
No.
Like last week we were talking about Elizabeth Montgomery and Barbara Eden. So who is your favorite all-time TV celebrity? It could be based on whether they're funny, whether they were entertaining. Maybe you had the hots for them, for whatever reason.
Talk show or sitcom actor?
Anything.
Show host, game show host?
Anything. And we're not... Now, look, I know Boca Brian will be upset, but we're not putting Dorothy Kilgallen on the list. No. Or Wink Martindale. Anybody. Your favorite. I know it covers a lot of ground. That's why it's going to take 3 days for a wiener. Now, here's my short list that I got here, which I'm sure you won't agree with most of them because, you won't.
Before my time.
Well, some of them could be. So this covers a lot of territory. This covers 50 years, generally speaking. How about the music thing? That covered almost 50 years.
Broadcast TV or cable?
Your favorite all-time TV celebrity, okay? It didn't say cable, satellite dish, pop-up toaster, whoever it is, okay? Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ? Is he on the list? I got Barbara Eden. Now, of course, we'll be adding names to the list. We can do like we did with the music, maybe 25 each day, 30, whatever it can handle. Barbara Eden, Elizabeth Montgomery, Lucille Ball. Huh? Don't Lucy have to be on the list?
Uh-huh.
You bet. I love Lucy. Jackie Gleason. How come nobody down here ever talks about Jackie Gleason anymore? He put this town on the map, and then some people came in here and destroyed it. Johnny Carson. Not that I would vote for Johnny Carson. David Letterman. Florence Henderson, only because of that thing I saw yesterday. David Cassidy, and the reason I put him on there is because they had a thing just before that about the Partridge Family, and I was thinking about the guy with the eyes. Oh, he's very David Cassidy intensive, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And so was I when that show was on. And then there were a lot of guys that were very Susan Day intensive. Am I correct?
Yeah, sure.
Well, that was before your time.
I was little.
So was David. William Conrad. Now, see, you wouldn't agree with that because you didn't like cop shows, but on Canon, William Conrad was great. He might even get my vote. I'm not sure yet. Telly Savalas, you wouldn't like that because it was another... Now, you see, I got a look. You ought to see the look I got. How could you not love Kojak? Huh? What a sucker you are.
He had a style about him, but still, it was a cop show.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking, we're making the list of people, not just your taste or my taste. Am I voting for Telly Savalas?
No.
No. Jack Parr, way before your time. Jack Parr was great. In kind of a neurotic way.
I saw some shows about him.
Jack Parr was to late-night TV what Judy Garland was to music. Great, but neurotic. Very good. Steve Allen. Rest in peace. So that's my short list. I'm sure, we could put 50,000 people on there. How about the Elephant Boy from Buster Brown's show? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Yes, sir.
First-time call, long-time listener.
Okay.
And I was born Catholic all my life.
I'm so sorry.
I married my wife, and her was a bishop, and her aunt's she directs the nuns and everything, and it's funny the way that I've gone to see the way the religion and the way church has gone, and all they really want is just money and money and money. And I don't really, give anything. But the point, and then I saw this Benny Hinn thing, and how they just make so much money off of these people that are just dying.
It's all the same, man. It's all a business, just that some are bigger and more successful than others. It's all a business. It's all a big bunch of crap.
I mean, why do they do this? I mean, isn't there a law?
I just got through telling you, because it's a business.
And it's, of course, tax deductible.
Right, a tax deductible racket. You got it.
There you go,
Sounds like you're jealous, and so am I.
Oh, hell yeah. I work in banking, so I know I am.
There you go. I'll pray for you, pal.
Well, take care. Have
God
a
bless
great
you.
day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
5670560. We'll have to have lots of more nominations for our list here today. Your favorite all-time TV personality, based on talent, humor, maybe they were hot. Huh? See, you can't come up with an answer, can you?
No, I can think up of a lot of names, but you
It's hard.
Nobody that's going to beat some of the ones on yours.
Same with the music.
Right.
It was hard to pick just one.
I mean, I could just start rattling off names, but...
Menashe Skolnick.
Okay.
Walter Slazak.
Moms Mabley.
Hans Conried.
See, I finally saw Moms Mabley, so I can...
Hermione Gingold. Red Fox. Freddie Prinze.
Red Fox.
Red Fox is not going to be on the list. Are you out of your mind?
But he's funny.
Red Skelton.
Okay.
God bless. God bless.
Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo. Bob Keeshan. Keyshawn. Well, he was the first Keyshawn, wasn't he, before Keyshawn Johnson?
Yes.
Yeah, Bob Keyshawn. Hey, how you doing, Keyshawn? What are we going to do about those illiterate spook names, man? Well, that's for another day. So you see, this list is like almost endless. This is a great one. And the good part of it is we killed the other hour first before we even got started doing this. See, there's a method to my madness. Right. So Grego's going to be on at noon while we're eating lunch with those great topics about eating the feces of the species. Now, you don't have to say, I see Eric's working on this list already. He's just diddling around with it. Don't even start thinking about it yet, because we're going to do like 25 or 30 minimum each day. And then whoever's the highest on each day will get carried over. And the good news is Roy Orbison won't be on the list. How about Rick Nelson? Huh? Well, what am I asking you for, okay? What the hell do you know, punk?
Don't know about them old fossils.
He's dead. Ozzy's dead. And didn't Harriet die here a while ago?
Didn't he?
Harriet.
Didn't she?
Didn't it?
He died?
9 minutes after 11 at 560 WQM. I think David Nelson's still alive. Ain't David Nelson? He's still alive. Thank God. Guy with 2 first names. Hey, if your carpets look like hell, what are you going to do about it? Well, you can call up The Exorcist. Maybe they can come in and try and get the stains out. But the people who can really do the job for you are Dry Concepts. They've been doing it in town for well over 20 years. In fact, it seems like longer than that, because I know I've been using them in my house for about 20 years now, because I wouldn't think of using anybody else. And why should you? Nobody does it better. Nobody gives you a written guaranteed price before they start. And nobody else dry cleans any of them.
Right.
But, he went through. And I like Regis. He's a good guy in spite of those, Notre Dame things.
And those shows. That millionaire thing.
But you know something? He deserves. He's paid his dues. He's got 2 crappy shows. He's got Regis Live without Kathy Lee, which everybody's happy she's gone. And then that millionaire thing, which, it is what it is. But he deserves it. I mean, at least it's not some schmuck that fell into a bucket of crap. We like you, Regis. Okay, your shows suck, but we like you. That's interesting. It's kind of like here. They like me, or is it the other way around? They like the show, they hate me. Barbara Eden, Elizabeth, this is just the beginning of the list. Believe me. Bob Barker's got to be on there. I mean, Truth or Consequences. Anybody remember that show?
No.
Besides me and Boca Brian. Do you remember that?
What?
Truth or Consequences?
Yeah, sure.
You do?
Vaguely.
Okay. Regis Philbin, Barbara Eden, Elizabeth Montgomery, Lucille Ball, Jackie Gleason, Johnny Carson, David Letterman, Florence Henderson, David Cassidy. I guess if we put David Cassidy on the list, we should put, what's her name? That's I just mentioned. What's her name? From the Partridge Family, Susan Day. I still say she was upset because he had better hair than she did. William Conrad, Telly Savalas, Jack Parr, Steve Allen, Susan Day. Susan Day doesn't belong on the list.
Whatever. She'll get 3 votes.
Yeah. Scratch out Susan Day.
Carol O'Connor.
Oh, I love Carol O'Connor. God. How about Meathead? No. How about George Jefferson?
Okay.
But nobody knows who he is. That's why he's broke. Sherman Hemsley. George Jefferson. He did a bad thing. Well, see, we'll do that another time about TV shows. We'll do that like next week. Yeah. I think every Monday we ought to be doing stuff like this, but not in the first hour. We'll do the first hour like we did today, Yeah, in fact, that's a good idea. Every Monday, the first hour can be a moron hour.
Enema hour.
Yeah, enema hour. Big blueberry enema on the radio. Carol O'Connor. Okay, well, we'll let them fill in some others, okay? Just make them feel like they know something. See, maybe they didn't think I knew my music, but I know my TV, mister, I'll tell you that. Because I've been watching that TV. How about Buffalo Bob Smith?
How about him? Woody Graber just called up and voted for Howdy Doody.
Well, guess what, Woody?
He died?
And Howdy Doody and Buffalo Bob are both dead. What about Clarabelle? What about Dayton Allen?
Huh?
That's right. Why not?
Saw a Buffalo Bob episode.
You never saw Howdy Doody?
Just saw little clips every once in a while.
You never saw Howdy Doody?
Not any.
Oh my God! Here's a person who never saw Howdy Doody.
There are many, many of us.
But I bet you've seen Doody. You ever look in the bowl and say, Howdy? Here's Coral Gables. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
After you flushed and thought it was all gone. Oh, howdy. Yes, sir.
Always been a Florence Henderson fan as well.
Don't you just love her?
I do, but I have to join George on the list of people who've never seen the Howdy Doody show, and really never felt like I was missing anything either.
You didn't. Well, you know how they say everything has its time, time and place? And now, looking back, it would be considered very, very camp. But because it was the early days of television, whatever was on was great. You know what I mean?
Like Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed was not bad.
Hello.
Uh-huh. All right.
I'll tell you something. I was listening, and I came up with a few names. Of course, Big Bird comes to mind. Alan Alda, Tom Selleck, Michael J. Fox. Some of the people. Sue Day, or Susan Day, whatever her name was, did L.A. Law as well.
Oh, okay, Susan Day. She got to be on there. I mean, if we can put David
I don't know
Cassidy
how popular
on.
she was, but she did L.A. Law.
Believe me, there are a lot of young guys that used to watch The Partridge Family for Susan Day. They used to sit real close to the TV, and then the young girls and some of the rest of us would watch for David Cassidy.
Listen, I called up because that first hour was so terminal, and then you got one hockey call, and I said, well, okay, if he's not going to cut off the hockey calls, then I'll go ahead.
Well, why would I do that?
Well, sometimes you're feeling as though this crowd doesn't want to listen to hockey, but I'll tell you something. We'd much rather listen to hockey talk than listen to these jackass Julios call up every single morning and give you a hard time.
Yeah, the jackass Julios have really destroyed this town,
Yes. There you go. I was thinking, this first round of the playoffs has really been all about the goaltending, and Archer Zerbe just hung in there so strong.
Oh, man, was he unbelievable? Even the game yesterday, which the final score was 5-1, but I'm telling you, he made about a half a dozen saves in that game, the likes of which I have never seen. I mean, just incredible.
And you know something? I wish that Bobby Clark could get run out of town on a rail in Philadelphia.
Wasn't that great? I'm telling you, I just, every time Buffalo scored again, I was squeezing myself. I was so excited.
And if anybody deserves to take the brunt of the blame for it, it's him.
Yeah.
He did nothing to bring in goaltending over the last couple of years.
He's one of the most evil people. Forget about sports. He's just one of the most evil people on the face of the earth is Bobby Clark.
What an ego.
Yeah.
So that was too bad because he's done nothing to help the game of hockey to keep a superstar like him out of the game.
And they had over 18,000. They had the biggest crowd ever in Carolina yesterday.
Yeah.
And goes to show you front-running phonies aren't just here in South Florida. Yeah.
And the other thing is, of course,
they don't throw flies there.
I've been a little surprised to see how really excellent Buffalo has looked despite not having Michael Pecker all year, because I thought that kid had really come into his own the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's too bad because
they got a good team, man. I really like their team a lot.
But right now, what I'm hoping for is that Ty Domi absolutely levels Scott Stevens.
No, it's not going to be Ty Domi. Ty Domi comes up to his waist. It'll be Shane Corson is the one that's going to beat the crap out of him.
I certainly hope so.
Me too.
All right, have a great round.
Thanks.
Take care.
5670560. And you know what? The bad news is this thing, I think, if this thing is screwed up again now, I'm walking out. I mean, we're on here again for an hour 20 minutes, and now when we're although it's a long way before we get this thing on the pool anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's probably just as well. But our internet connection keeps crapping out. Come on, let's get with it. How many weeks has it been already, Bob Vermouth? Let's get the show on the road here, okay? This is a goddamn radio station, not something here that's like at your convenience. When you get good and goddamn ready, then we can do our stuff here. You idiot, you simpleton, you quisling. God. He's the bane of our existence, is Bob freaking Vermouth. Can't complain about his engineering work because we don't really see much of it, if any. Well, the faxes are going to start coming in now. Carol Burnett, she must be on the list. She won't get my vote. She's okay. Huh? She's all right. And we're not putting Rosie O'Donnell on there. You know something? That would be, we'll do that one day, a list of people who make you physically ill when you see them on your TV. And she is one of them. I'm not exaggerating. I can't look at her. I mean, I've seen other fat dykes, and what they are, but there's just something about her. She's so grotesque and just so disgusting. Her whole shtick. You just want to stick it somewhere, like up her ass. I mean, she makes me nauseous.
You're not all broken up that her adoption didn't work out with a troubled child that she decided to adopt?
Oh.
You're not bummed that she almost died because of the paper cut that she got?
Yeah, I'm upset that it was almost. The woman who played Ann Esther on Red Fox. I don't even remember that show. I remember Freddie Prinze. Freddie Prinze wasn't on that show. What show was he on?
Chico and the Man.
Chico and the Man. Was that with who was on that show with him? Wasn't that Fred Fox?
Old guy, no.
Oh.
You're thinking of Sanford and Son.
Oh, see, I don't, those just were my... How about John Schneider, your favorite?
Oh, yeah.
See, right away he gets all nervous because I said that. I didn't watch that show.
It?
All I said a few weeks ago was that I thought John Schneider was a great-looking guy once upon a time. He was.
I take your word for it.
No, you didn't
look like a goober to me.
No, see, that's what you said. He didn't look like no goober.
I'm referring to your expertise.
It was because he was on that show you thought he looked like a goober.
Well, there you go.
He played Michael Landon. How about Michael Landon?
Okay, he deserves to be on there.
Does he?
4 major shows.
Okay. That's the least we can do for Michael.
He died?
Yeah.
Nice Jewish boy like that.
And isn't it interesting that most of the people on this, well, not most, a lot of them are dead. Elizabeth Montgomery's dead, Lucille Ball, Jackie Gleason, William Conrad, Telly Savalas, Jack Parr's still alive, isn't he?
I don't know.
You know something? I don't know. Yeah, he must be still alive. Steve Allen's dead. Then Michael Landon is dead. The great people are the dead people. And here's the cast of the Jeffersons. Well, we can't put the whole cast on there, but I do agree. That was probably one of the best shows in history, in spite of what Tom Jicha says. I keep mentioning that every time I mention the Jeffersons, because he's got his bug up his ass about it, about how it was so racist. Fuck to you, Tom, okay? We like you, Tom, but sometimes you're full of crap, and that's one of them. Jerry Seinfeld. Now, I'll put him on there only because he'll get a lot of votes. I'll say, make no other comment. Did I watch that show?
No.
Did I like that show?
No.
Do I like him?
No.
Poster child for anti-Semitism. That's the way I look at him. A poster child for anti-Semitism is Jerry Seinfeld. He is just such a, Ted Danson, is he going on our list? No. Bill Cosby's got to be on the list. There's another one. Another one, I don't get it. I don't understand it. Bill Cosby will be on the list. Jay Leno. Yeah, Jay Leno. Put him on the list with all his chins. There's a pretty good list here. Keenan Ivory Wayans. Yeah, before you watch those big boxing, the big fights, you have to watch the Wayans. Isn't that your favorite? Tim Conway, you want to put him on the list?
No.
Nah, he got no shot. See, if we're going to start putting the minor people from the famous shows on, you can't do that. It would like be putting all the people from the Steve Louis Nye, and Tom Poston, Don Knotts. Huh? Oh, how about Andy Griffith?
How about it, yeah.
You get a lot of votes in this crowd. Yeah, Andy Griffith. He's my favorite, Andy Griffith. What's that awful where he plays the lawyer?
That's Matlock.
Matlock. Oh, my God. I thought he used to play third base for the Cubs. Matlock. He's a hillbilly detective for Goyam. Matlock.
Speaking of hillbillies, Jim Neighbors.
Who's the... No.
Okay.
Should we put Jim Neighbors on the list?
Shazam.
No, I don't think so. Who's the guy that used to do those awful promos on Channel 7 years ago? Was it Bill Ross? You see, now that's not before your time, but you just have forgotten about it.
Probably.
Barnaby Jones always gets his man.
Yeah.
You know the ones I'm talking about. Yes. Those cornball. Before Channel 7 finally got independent and became a wacko station and started making all that money.
Buddy Ebsen, speaking of Barnaby Jones.
Buddy Ebsen. Oh, yeah, there's another one of my favorites. Buddy Ebsen. Barnaby Jones always gets his man. Hey, Jedediah. Do you know anybody named Jedediah?
Not here.
I'm Jedediah over here.
I know a guy named Buster.
Really?
Built our house.
I know a dog named Buster. He's dead, too. You remember Buster?
He died?
He died, too. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Oh, this is going to be great. Now, I don't want to do too many here. How many can we do each day? 50?
No limit. Yeah, 50 sounds good.
But then they're going to have to go scrolling through there.
That's
no. Okay. It'll be good for them. Yeah, kill some good time for them. Keep them off the streets. Keep them out of trouble. Good for this crowd. 25 after 11 at 560. WDK. By the way, speaking of...
He died?
When somebody dies, those flowers for funerals can be really expensive, George. So next time somebody dies, call our friends at Flower Depot. And call them ahead of time so you won't have to, rush at the last second.
I didn't know.
2 dozen roses for only $49.95. That's right, they'll deliver 2 dozen in your choice of color in a vase with baby's breath greens in a card for any occasion, whether it's an anniversary, a birthday, a funeral, a bar mitzvah, just for the hell of it, whatever the reason is. No rip-offs, no surprises, and even on the holidays, they don't raise the price to gouge your ass. That's right, only $49.95 for 2 dozen quality roses all the time, all year round. And they deliver 7 days a week at Flower Depot. I think anybody in their right mind, even the dead, would love quality roses from Flower Depot. Wouldn't the dead love them? And the living too, of course. And it's not too early to order from Flower Depot for Mother's Day as well. And, of course, they specialize in weddings also. Meet with Flower Depot for a no-obligation consultation whenever you need flowers, because Flower Depot very seriously does it all. Call them today at 954-327-9221. 954-327-9221. Mention the Neil Rogers Show and get you 10% off your order. Flower Depot, they've been delivering quality roses in town since 1987 with a 7-day-week delivery. They never close. Don't forget, Flower Depot is Florida's on that show. She's talking about Vicki Lawrence. Says she had red hair and they were like honkers. Hey, you honkers. How about William Shatner? Yeah, he belongs on the list.
Sure, several shows.
And how about Dick Clark? Got to put Dick on the list.
Absolutely.
Because I would say that's my favorite show. I watched it again yesterday. $100,000 Pyramid, or 25. And how about Bill Cullen?
Dead.
No, I'm serious, but I mean, most of the game shows...
He died?
Yeah, he's dead, too. And he did not have a wooden leg. He had polio when he was a child. Yeah, Bill Cullen. Because he was on so damn many, and a lot of good ones, too. And don't put Jack Barry on there, okay? We're not putting Jack Barry on there.
No.
Let him rest in peace. You know Jack Barry?
He died?
Also. Yeah, Bill Cullen. 5670560 pound. And don't go to vote on these yet, because once we get the list compiled for today, then we'll have them all up on there. You follow what I'm saying? And then the winner from today comes back tomorrow against another bunch. We can continue this for like 50 years, couldn't we? And then we'll go back to the music thing. Who's your favorite dead ball players? Come on. How about Enos Slaughter? Is he dead? Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Audrey Meadows?
Yeah.
And one, I know I don't have a computer in the house. How about a vote for Jackie Gleason?
Yeah, he's on there.
All right, Hank. Have a good day.
Okay, see you, Joe. Did he call me Hank? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. How about Jane Meadows?
No.
How about racing at the Meadows? How about Roger Houston? How about Doug Snyder? Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, how you doing there?
And Charlie Norris Jr. Yes, sir.
I got two good selections.
Okay.
One, the Beaver.
Yeah.
And also Larry Hagman.
Well, who would yeah, Larry Hagman's got to be on there. Who would you put on there from Leave It to Beaver?
The Beaver.
The Beaver?
Jerry Mathers.
Jerry Mathers. George is giving me a whimsical look. Well, it'd be hard to pick just one. How about Tony Dow?
That's true.
How about Hugh Beaumont?
How about Hugh Beaumont?
How about Barbara Billingsley?
You know Hugh Beaumont?
He died?
He's dead, too.
Doesn't she speak jive?
Yeah, she speaks good jive, that Barbara Billingsley. Okay, thanks, pal.
What about also from Gilligan's Island?
No, we don't like those people. Larry Hagman's got to be on there just for Jeannie alone. And Dallas. How about Mary Martin if we put him on there? No, she's dead, too. She wasn't on TV, Mary freaking Martin. How about Ed Wynn? Now, we don't have enough old folks out there to put Ed Wynn on it. Ed Wynn was great. Yeah, he was funny. And George even know who Ed Wynn was.
I saw those old clips.
Oh, he was
I
great.
go to links to see this stuff.
Ed Wynn was
really hard to find.
very funny. I'm putting him on, am I? No. I'm thinking about it. This list is too big. We'll put like 50 a day on there, minimum, because we've already got like 6,000 here today. So who did we decide from the Beaver? Not Jerry Mathers. People aren't going to say, I'd say Tony Dow. He used to wear pencil-thin belts.
You'd say Tony Dow.
Sure I would. That's why I liked him, too. I love Tony Dow. He had those... Are you listening to me? I've heard of this before. Pencil-thin plastic belts.
Yes.
And I had one, too, as a matter of fact, when I was a punk. Like last year. No, Tony Dow, he's going on there. Not Barbara Billingsley or Hugh Beaumont. Hugh Beaumont, dead. I mean, like I said, you can't start putting all the minor characters from all those shows on there. We're going to have, like, everybody from the goddamn Brady Bunch. How about the maid? What the hell was her name that played
Alice
the maid? Alice. What was her name?
Oh, geez.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
No way we're putting Alice on the list. When we get to the talk host, we might put Alice on there. For the most supercilious, self-hating queen, we'll put her on there. Yeah, I understand. This is an impossible task here. I have to do this for at least, like, the next 20, 30 years. Yeah. Here's South Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's funny. You were just saying about, like, secondary characters. Sam the Butcher from the Brady Bunch was also in Gomer Pyle, Andy Griffith, and, I don't know, he's been in, All in the Family.
Was he really? What did he play in All in the Family?
Like in the later ones, the really bad ones, he played like Archie's buddy or something in the bar. I don't know. Anyway, what I was going to say about Barbara Eden and Jacqueline Smith. Those are two examples of women who they have no sex appeal to a heterosexual. I think they're just
Barbara Eden doesn't?
Excuse me?
None. Also, this is a kind of a weird.
Well, how can you say
this
that?
Isn't a heterosexual calling.
Barbara Eden was very, very cute.
So was Jacqueline Smith, for that matter.
And Jacqueline Smith.
No real sex appeal. But what about David Jansen?
Did he have sex appeal?
No, not really. But he was a good character. He's a good character. In
Hey,
TV
David
plot.
Jansen was good. He was in The Fugitive.
Yep, and Harry O.
Harry. Oh. Yeah. Oh, and you know what? How about Hawaii Five? Oh. Yeah. How about Jack Lord?
Jack
Lord.
Okay. One other kind of weird character who was in a bad show, Gomer Pyle, but Sergeant Carter, Frank Sutton. He was a good character. I mean, he played that character good.
He was no Jacqueline Smith, though.
That's true. But,
okay.
One last thing.
Yes,
Clara
sir.
Bell, the clown, was Bob Keyshawn. That was Captain Kangaroo.
He was?
Same guy.
Bob Keeshan played Clarabelle?
Yes, he did.
Oh, my. To this day, I never knew that.
Oh, my God.
I thought it was Barzini all along, to this day.
Don't forget Floyd the Barber, Howard McNair. An excellent character.
Okay, thanks. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
Bob Keeshan played Clarabelle.
Of course, I don't know.
Of course, you never saw
Clarabelle.
clips. Oh, you've seen the clips. Did you know Princess Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring?
No.
And Dayton Allen? Why
you can
not?
measure the clips in
I keep mentioning Dayton Allen because you didn't know who that was. Dayton Allen was very funny.
I'm sure Boca Brian is rolling on the floor.
He is. He's squeezing his Dorothy Kilgallen blow-up doll right now. Oh, there's another goddamn bug that I missed.
By the way, Barbara Eden is
that was a very provocative comment this gentleman just made, who sounded like a real heterosexual to me, but never
do her right now.
Hey, not all heterosexuals have good taste. Just like not all homosexuals have good taste, and not all the numbers in between have good taste, thank God. But anyway. No, seriously, I mean, Barbara, how could anybody say that? I just got through talking about her last week. I just saw that piece on MSNBC about Barbara Eden, who's one of my favorite people in the world. I wouldn't say she's my favorite TV person of all time, but she's sure on my list of top 10. In addition to which being, and see, we're not just talking about which show did you like, but who did you like most as a person, either sexually or just because they were a neat person, you know. Like Dick Clark. I don't like Dick Clark.
How about Skipper Chuck? For all the locals. So you didn't grow up.
You're right, he was pretty sexy, you're right. I'm not putting Skipper Chuck on there. Then we're going to have to put Ralph Redneck on there.
Why not?
How about Ann Bishop? How about Dwight Lauderdale for eating ass? Huh?
Dwight deserves an award.
That's right. How many other news anchors have ever had the balls to say eating ass or be associated with eating ass on the market in this town? Anybody? No, only Dwight. And that cross-eyed bitch, Christy Kruger. But that's a separate category for a separate day, okay? Just don't get them all mixed up here. Skipper up, Chuck. I do like those restaurants he promotes, though. The ones where all the people have their teeth fizzing in a glass. Just the sound of that when you're sitting there eating your liver, which at least liver you can, like, gum it, you know, if it's cooked right. 22 till noon. Oh, speaking of that, we got lunch coming from Ruth Chris at noon. Oh, life is worth living now. See, nostalgia is great. Even though it's bullcrap, and I admit that it's bullcrap, but it's a great escape. Because it makes you feel that then was so much better than now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was. Maybe then sucked, you know. But nostalgia is tremendous because you feel like, oh, yeah, back when that was on, that was great. Like back when Howdy Doody was on, and I used to go down the street because we didn't have our first TV yet, and when I was like 5 years old, or however, I must have been 8 years old, and the little girl down the street, her parents had about the only TV in the neighborhood. And 3 or 4 of us kids would go down the street and we'd watch Howdy Doody every afternoon on that TV set. Now, weren't those days great? No, they sucked. You know, they sucked.
No microwave ovens.
Yeah.
No cell phone.
This weekend, DreamWorks Pictures presents a timeless love story between the two richest, shallowest actors in Hollywood, Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt star in The Mexican.
Hey, Julia, you want to jiggle me taco? Hey, Julia, you want to diddle me chimichangas?
the Mexican. And coming soon from DreamWorks, the Chinaman, the Native American, and the Frenchman.
Oui, Pepe Le Pew. 16 till noon at 560 WQM. Here's one that says, what do you think about putting Tim Conway on the list?
No.
We already had that suggestion. Tim Conway is not going on the list. Minor. How about Artie, what's his name? What was his name? Artie Johnson? No. So here's somebody who says, here is the list, underlining the with like several squiggles there. Look at those squiggles. Look a little like Greg's, don't they? Uh-huh. Only this is written far much too intelligently to have been written by Greg. Christy McNichol. What do you think about him? I mean her. Christy McNichol. And remember Christy McNichol's brother? I'm sure you don't. Jamie McNichol? I do. Are either one of them going to be on the list?
No.
Haven't got a Chinaman's chance. I mean, look, we could put 50,000 names on the list and do this for the next 20 years, and then we'd be out of business here. But I think generally speaking, generally speaking, we got to limit it to people who have a chance, who've got a shot. You know what I'm saying? Christy McNichol is not going to win. Kent McCord. What was the name of the show he was on, the cop show? Kent McCord? The Rookies? No, he wasn't on the Rookies. No, he wasn't on the Rookies. Adam 12. Very good. Who was on the Rookies? Michael Lompkine? What about the Schwarzenegger was on there?
Some Schwarzer, I don't know.
Oh, are any of them going on there?
No.
How about Gene Rayburn?
How about him? Why not?
Well,
since we have a bit about him, I think he belongs on there.
Yeah. In fact, I saw that last night on the game show channel.
Gene Rayburn is blank.
Yeah, a lot of dead game show hosts.
He died?
Yeah, let's put Gene Rayburn on. What the hell? Make Boca Brian happy. No, we're not putting John Charles Daly on there, okay? Or Gary Moore. Although, interestingly, if you were really a TV buff and as old as I am, Gary Moore probably should be on the list because he was on for a long, long time. There was the Gary Moore Show. There was I've Got a Secret. There was a whole... Gary Moore was a thing. He was an icon. He was a pioneer. How about Dave Garroway?
No.
How about news people? How about Walter Cronkite?
They're not going to win.
Chet Huntley? David Brinkley?
Peter Jennings?
Dan Rather? Tom Laurent?
I was just going to say.
Yeah. Let's see. Gene Rayburn, Tony Dow. See, Tony Dow does belong on the list in spite of your inappropriate comments, which were very accurate, by the way. Okay, so I had the hots for Tony Dow, big deal, and he wasn't that great either, to be honest with you. But, you know, there was something there. How about Junior on The Life of Riley? How about William Bendix?
He's dead.
He died?
A long time.
By the way, Orlando says that the guy was full of crap who was dissing Barbara Eden and Jacqueline Smith.
We don't need him to tell us that. You can close the door now, okay? You can let it
close. It's just,
Oh, it's ajar.
Did we get Dick Van Dyke on there yet?
We got Dick Clark.
Mary Tyler Moore.
Oh, Mary Tyler Moore and Mary Tyler Moore. She's got to be on there. She does nothing for me. She leaves me limp. And Dick Van Dyke. Let's see, Gail Gordon. Remember Gail Gordon?
No.
He was on with, I know who it is. Well, he was a character actor. He was on Armis Brooks.
Huh?
You probably don't remember. Gary Coleman, is he going to be?
No.
We're not putting any midgets on the list, okay? If we put midgets on the list, we'll put Timmy from Passions on here, okay? How about Timmy? Milton Berle, I did put Uncle Milty on there. How could you not put him on it?
Absolutely.
Morton Downey Jr.?
No. He died?
Yeah, but he's still not going on. Joe Flynn?
Who?
Exactly. Who the hell is Joe Flynn?
How about Phil Donahue? He was a pioneer.
Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Trend-setting.
This list, there may be 100 people on each day. You know what? Is it physically possible to do that?
We can put 1,000 on there.
Oh, like I said, maybe we'll do 100 a day. Poor Eric.
How about Jumpin' Jack O'Brien?
Hey, this will keep you busy instead of eating, Eric. Jumpin' Jack O'Brien? Who is that?
Another local. Just happened to have the music, so. Also from the Skipper Chuck days.
Kill it. How about Farrah Fawcett is on here?
She was big in her day.
Well, why did you give me such a half-assed attitude?
Because I'm just so tired of her and the whole crazy act.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't so crazy about her the first time around. Yeah, she had those nipples.
How about Linda Carter? What do you say?
No.
Jim Carrey and Living Color?
No.
And then here's a good one. The host, they don't even know the name. The host from Survivor.
Jeff Anal Probst.
Yeah. No thanks. So we got quite a list developing here of your favorite 400,000 people from TV. How about Gabby Hayes? How about Hopalong Cassidy? How about Hop on This? How about some of those old cowboy shows? Wild Bill Hickok. How about, I got one, George, Alfred Hitchcock. Huh? There is a good one. Alfred. And guess what?
He died?
Yeah. Probably too much fat. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I think we've undertaken, this far transcends the music thing, you know? This goes way above and beyond that. Here's a lady in Margate. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I was just thinking about the Lone Ranger. Was that Jay Silverheel?
No, Jay Silverheels played Tonto.
Okay.
He did. The Lone Ranger was, Brace Beamer played him on the radio. What the hell was the name of the guy that played Lone Ranger? Clay Farrow. Clayton Moore. Very good. Yeah, but he's not going on there. How about Hopalong Cassidy?
I remember. Death Valley Days in the Old Ranger.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Sure.
That's great. But my favorite show was...
you know who used to be the announcer on Death Valley Days? One of them was Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan.
Right.
And he was on GE Theater, too.
In fact, there used to be, what the hell was Baraxo used to be one of the sponsors. I remember
Death Valley Days,
yeah. Uh-huh.
But
20 Mule Team Baraxo.
20 Mule Team, yeah. My favorite show was always the Honeymooners segment of the Jackie Gleason show.
Uh-huh.
And my aunt knew him personally because she worked in Sheraton Tennick in Albany, and he used to stay there, and she called him Butterball.
Uh-huh.
And I just loved that segment of the show.
You know, when he was alive, I guess it was certainly not when he was dead. He didn't go to the track, but when he was living down here, he used to go to Pompano Park quite often, and he would sit in the clubhouse, and they had a table right up against the window in the first row in the dining room, and they had him like sheltered off. He didn't want anybody anywhere near him, and he was, which he was entitled to, but he was very,
To himself.
Yeah.
What about the pool? He played pool well.
Did he?
He did, didn't he?
I'm sure he never spent any time in the pool.
The pool hall.
Yeah, in the pool hall, not the pool.
I still love that. I have the tapes, and I watch them once in a while.
You know who I left off this list? How could I? Sid Caesar.
Sid Caesar.
Yeah.
And Imogene Coco, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, we could go on and on, huh?
Yeah, all us old fogies. Have a great day, sweetheart.
Okay, Neil.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Sid Caesar's on the list. A2 Brutus. 567-0560, pound 560. See, I start getting the shows all confused of who was on which show. Steve Allen show, though, had the best Don Knotts, Tom Poston, Louis Nye, Dayton Allen. See, I keep mentioning Dayton Allen. That's the 14th time I mentioned it because George doesn't know who that is. I mean, when you don't even know Clarabelle, how can you know TV?
Sorry.
You should be.
I'd watch it if they had it on somewhere.
Now, what's the
Not
question
even
again?
TV Land goes back that
How
far.
did I word that question? Who is your all-time favorite TV celebrity? How about Foster Hewitt? Here's Madison, Wisconsin. Hello.
Hi, Neil. My pick would be James Garner. Rockford Files, Maverick.
Right. Yeah. Is he still alive?
Sure is.
Boy, it could fool me. He looks like the walking. Yeah, he's got to be on there. He was sure on a lot of shows.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice talking to you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Calling all the way from Madison, Wisconsin to suggest James Garner. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad that they did. Now, he's got to be on there. He's been on a lot of shows. We're going to put the Bonanza people on there, Lauren Green?
Lauren was on a lot of shows also.
Like what? Name me one other show besides
Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, that show was on 3 weeks. You know who was on that show? Rick Springfield.
Yeah.
Can we put Rick Springfield on the list? He was on General Hospital. Can we put him on the list?
No.
Come on. I want him on the list.
No.
He's on my list. Huh? Now, look, I mean, I know you don't like his music, but you got to admit, once upon a time, he looked human. As long as he didn't speak. How about Richard Simmons? Speaking of, I'm thinking of, how about John Stamos? Blackie from General Hospital. What's the show? What's the show he's on now? And he still looks the same now as he did then. He's on some
Charles
show.
in charge?
No, that's not John Stamos. You better get your punks.
The other guy. Yeah.
That's Scott Baio and Willie Ames.
Yeah.
Willie Ames, squirt, but not as good as Peter North.
I don't know what John Stamos is on.
In fact, that's what Monica said. She said Bubba Ames, squirt, not as good as either one of them, and that's what got him in a lot of trouble.
Doesn't belong on the list.
How about Ed Ames?
Who?
Oh, we're back to music again. Who doesn't belong on the list? Which one?
Stamos.
John Stamos doesn't belong on the list? See, what do you know? How the hell do you know John Stamos don't belong on the list, mister? Yeah, how about the soap opera people? How about, no, we can't do that. There's too many of them. And if we do soap operas, they'll mention that bitch from All My Children again that is famous for being stiff every year, Susan Lucci. Coochie, get rid of Susan Lucci. Oh, man, I hate that show. I can't stand her. It makes me nauseous thinking that there's people watching it. I vote for Passions before I vote for that thing. God. Anybody? Huh? Full House is John Stamos. Thank you very much. Hey, don't be knocking John Stamos, okay? I always got room in my house for him. Here's Boca. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
A couple callers ago, the one guy's crazy about Barbara Eden.
What he said was un-American, I think.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm 40 years old, but, man, I've done things thinking about her.
He must have bad eyesight.
Right. And my grandparents are from just southwest of Cooperstown, between Cooperstown and Oneonta.
Right.
And Clarabelle, and he's married. His wife, they had a restaurant on, I forget what that road is. It's just a 2-lane highway in the middle of nowhere. It's called Country Kitchen.
But it wasn't Bob Keeshan?
No, it wasn't him. I'd have recognized him. My dad even sent me the article. He's dead, by the way. He died about 2 years ago.
Bob Keeshan is dead?
He died. No, Clarabelle.
Oh, Clarabelle is dead, too.
Yes. I think it was Alzheimer's got him.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he made
So let's see.
though.
Buffalo Bob is dead. Howdy Doody is dead. Mr. Bluster is dead. And Clarabelle is dead.
And Clarabelle.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Princess Summer Fall Winter Spring is dead, too.
There ain't no telling. That's beautiful country up there, but not in the winter. Forget it.
Right.
My dad's from Rochester, too, by the way.
I'm so sorry.
I know. They make good Utica Club beer up that way, though.
And Jenny. Okay, pal.
All right, have a good one.
See you at Cobb's Hill.
All right, later.
Bye-bye. See when the lilacs come out for those 3 weeks a year. That's when Rochester's real pretty, you know. When the lilacs come out, you can sniff them. And that's it. Then you go to Don and Bob's, the ones that are still left, and you say, boy, sure was nice being back here for a couple of minutes. Yeah, you just can't go back. That's why nostalgia is so great, because you can talk about it, but, I mean, try to go back. Forget about that. Like going back to Detroit. How's all my favorite restaurants? Macombo's, is that still there?
No.
No. How about the Topeka's?
No.
London Chop House?
No.
They're all gone. They're all replaced by Schwarzers. See, no matter where you go, and you go back to try to rekindle your youth and those great they're all gone and replaced by dark folks. That's called getting even. See, they don't need any reparations. They're already getting even with us. And if you don't believe me, just go to North Dade and take a look around. Yeah, they're getting even with us. See, we'll teach you honkies a lesson or two. Trouble 1 at 560 WQM. Happy Monday to you. We got Hank coming up from Shula Steak 2 at 2. The Mad Dog, Jim Madden, 6 till 8:30. And then we got all the Marlin stuff starting with the Crow. 8:30 and NEK after the Marlin Arizona Diamondback game. Should have a big audience for that one.
No.
Based on the attendance they're getting out there. Here's some tough suggestions, okay, which some will have to be on the list. I'm going to go down the list again. But here, listen to this list. Groucho Marx. Sure. Got to be on there, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
Fred Gwynn, no.
I liked him, but what? What did he do besides
No.
Monsters?
Again, these have to be people that have a chance to win. Okay?
Okay.
John Aston.
Please.
Art Carney.
Again, I liked him. Is he going to win?
No. Don Adams. No. Get smart. Sherman Hemsley, we mentioned him. I don't know. We got to put him on there, don't we? The guy's got
to
it
put
out.
some tokens on there to make it
Only
look good.
$50.
Oh, that's right. I got to put a few token Schwarzers on there. Sherman Hemsley. But they're not going to know who that is. Okay, so, Eric, when we put Sherman Hemsley on there, put George Jefferson in parentheses. I realize that's pretty stupid to do, but again, we got a lot of stupid people out there. Plus, it's not like he's a famous person. You know what I mean? As far as an actor?
Not by that name.
Right. You see him and you think it's like George. Just like if you see his wife, you say, well, that's Wheezy, you know. Which I wouldn't know what his wife's name is anyway, would you? The actress that played Wheezy? What about the maid? What about Florence, who played her? Not that we want, she's not going to be on the list. Florence was good.
Yeah, she's funny.
And then a couple of them upstairs, Tom and what's her name? The Willises, right? Tom and whatever. Bob Newhart, what do you say? Yeah, we got to put him on there. I don't like Bob Newhart. He used to be very funny long time ago, just like
that's
that
what
song
I hear.
says. He was. A long time ago.
You always wonder, why is this person there? What's his...
Because once upon a time, he was very funny, and we feel sorry for him. Ted Knight.
No.
No. Good night, nurse. No. Oh, here's a good one. Michelle Gillen.
No.
Come on, Michelle, what do you say?
No.
Michelle Gillen. Here's one that says, I effing hate Lucy, but she should be on the list. She's already on there, sir. I'll redo the list in a second. How about Foster Brooks? I put Foster Hewitt on there before Foster Brooks. Let's see. How about Fonzie?
Henry Winkler.
Anybody from that show?
Well, you got to put Richie on there.
No.
Because he was in a whole bunch of shows. He was on Andy Griffith. Ron Howard. Grew up on TV.
Can't stand Ron Howard.
Belongs on the list.
Okay.
Not only for his TV stuff, but then, he got big...
Okay, Ron Howard, Henry Winkler. And if we're going to put them on, how about Scott Baio? Hey, I got news for you. He looked a hell of a lot better than they did. See, you're forgetting again the category. You're forgetting the premise of this. You didn't have to like them because they were great actors or actresses or because they were or very funny. Maybe you were sitting close to the TV and getting all nervous about it. Nervous and jerky. Huh? Scott Baio, what do you say now? Okay. Well, it's a moment of weakness on my part. Willie Ames. How about, Shields and Yarnell.
No.
Herb Edelman. Who the hell is Herb Edelman?
Is that the Boca Brian list? Because they said he was back.
Oh, yeah, you idiot. Oh, see, I'm glad you stopped me in midstream. Frank Petrie. You belong in a Petri dish, okay? Frank Petrie. You maniac. Starsky and Hutch. Who was on that show?
Paul Michael Glaser.
Paul Michael Glaser and David Soul. Very good. Are they going on the list?
No.
No. Gary Coleman. How about the $6 Million Man? Who was, he's dead.
No, he's not. Jim Neighbors?
The $6 Million Man was not Jim Neighbors.
He died?
He might have done the $6 million.
Steve Austin?
No, not Steve Austin. Steve Nickel. The $6 Million Man was Lee Majors. Or Stan Major?
Right.
Stan Major was the $2,000 man. Not the $6 Million Man. Oh, I thought it was the guy with those A1 king-size sandwiches with the $6 Million Man with Jerry Witzner. You know Jerry Witzner?
Put Lee Majors on there. He had a couple of series.
Lee Majors. That's what I'm talking about. The $6 Million Man. Hey, it's Jerry Witzner. Come on, let's go do the Jerry Witzner show.
The Fall Guy.
What is it?
He was in The Fall Guy also.
Jerry Witzner? Oh, Lee Majors. Okay, very good. This is I think we might do 100 a day. Huh? You'll be scrolling until your eyes are popping out of your head. That'll keep you busy, like I said. Keep you off the street, which obviously from what we're hearing today, it's very necessary. We're doing a public service. 6 minutes past noon. I don't see any lunch yet. I don't want to start playing Butch Boss with Gary Sarner, because he is very Jewish. And to probably put some kind of a voodoo hex on me. A judo curse. Here's Weston. Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good lunchtime. You mentioned a few of the names I was going to already just in the recent few minutes, like Sid Caesar and Imogen Coca from your show.
How could you leave that off?
Oh, you can't, because and that was but that was early TV too, and that was really probably some of the best writing, but improvisation TV too, because a lot of that was live. So, but I was going to lobby for Tim Conway, but I agree with you. It was a supporting role.
Yeah.
And if you hit Tim Conway, then you got to kind of put in Don Knotts and Cloris Leachman.
Oh.
And then Joe Flynn. You asked who Joe Flynn was. He was Captain Binghamton of McHale's Navy.
I never watched that show. How about Ernest Borgnine?
Ernest Borgnine from there, but and you asked who played the Schwarza on The Rookies. That was George Sanford Brown, who went on to produce and direct in TV. Florence from the Jeffersons was Marcia Gibbs, was her name. And somebody asked who Aunt Esther was on Sanford and Son. LaWanda Page. She was a very famous black comedian. She also was a stripper in her early years, and then a very nasty, filthy black comedian in her later years. All this just absolutely a worthless crap that I have rolling around my head. What about Jonathan Winters?
Yeah, but I bet you don't know this harness racing drivers like I know.
No, I don't.
Jonathan Winters, that's, how about Richard Little?
Well...
No.
Jonathan Winters only because he was just so, he was a nutcase. So, Rod Serling.
Yeah.
But, a lot of these names, it's like, there's some great shows on TV. I was thinking about, like, Barney Miller and WKRP and stuff. They didn't have... Barney Miller had Hal Linden, who was a great actor, but he's not gonna win this, I mean, there were some great shows that didn't have showcase talent that you're, that you're trying to put in there. But,
right. Well, we'll do that another time with the shows,
Yeah, the great shows.
Mm-hmm.
But then you very early asked about Freddie Prinze, Chico and the Man. I think that character was introduced, though, on Sanford and Son, which you could think about it. Sanford and Son was kind of a breakthrough show, too, for African-American entertainment because it was a funny show. It was clever. It was...
First all-black cast.
It was exactly, and Red Fox was hysterical in that role. It got stale after a while.
Well, how come they didn't let no white folks on there? Are they like discriminating now?
Yeah,
They're taking white cops. Maybe like Denny's in reverse.
It was reverse discrimination. What can you say? Well,
shame on them.
Anyway, I think we're going to have like at least 1,000 names, and then by the time you finish getting the voting in, it'll be like votes. It'll be like 8 votes will be cast because nobody will have time to go through the whole thing.
Exactly. Okay, we'll find out a year from Sukkot.
There you go.
Thanks.
See ya.
Now, look at this. Here's some fact. I mean, somebody, look at this. Says, worth thinking about, but wouldn't win the poll. Scott Baio, any of the Van Patten sons. Yeah, how about Vince Van Patten? Could sure play mean tennis. He was on Apple's Way, Vince Van Patten. Didn't you ever see Apple's Way?
Yeah.
Luke Halpin. Oh, Luke Halpin on Flipper. Now we're talking. Oh! And Christopher Atkins. It says, now you know where my mind is. Yeah, same place as mine is. Faggot. I mean, good choices. Here's one that says Michael Landon for his whole bonanza. Yeah, he's on there. Let me read the list before we do any more of this, because they're going to be faxing in and repeating stuff that we already have on there, okay? Which we don't want you to do that, because why waste your time in our fax paper? Who is your all-time favorite TV celebrity? For any reason, because you liked the way they looked or the way they acted or were funny, whatever reason. Who'd you just love? Sid Caesar, Phil Donahue, Farrah Fawcett, Barbara Eden, Elizabeth Montgomery, Lucille Ball, Jackie Gleason, Johnny Carson, David Letterman, Florence Henderson, David Cassidy, William Conrad, Telly Savalas, Jack Parr, Steve Allen, Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke, Gene Rayburn, Bill Cullen, William Shatner, James Garner, Dick Clark, Jack...
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
How young is too young?
Puff the gangster rapper, straight out of the hood. Banging J-Lo daily, you know that life was good. Packing heat in limos, working on their raps. Everyone was living large till someone busted caps. Oh, homie lay there bleeding, took one in the spleen. Puffy told the driver, it's your gun they done seen. Puff, you made the headlines, the front page of the Post. To
Well, 15 at 560 WQM. Here's Bob Lincoln sends over a whole package of stuff about Atkins and nutrition and this and that. He says, get rich from Atkins. I mean, whatever he says. Hey, Bob, we all want to look just like Bob Lincoln, don't we?
No.
And sing just like him, too. Viva Las Vegas. Go count your money, Bob, and leave us alone. Here's the facts, and I'll read the list again in about a half hour, but I can't do it now because I just got through reading it. And, Eric, we just, that would be the end of the show. I'll get to it. It says most white people might hate him like poison, but if you're talking about actors who've dominated a certain period of time on TV, in this case mid-80s, you have to add Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby's on the list already. Thank you. Do you think most white people hate him like poison?
No.
I don't hate Bill Cosby. I just find him annoying.
Anymore.
The only thing he ever did that was interesting to me was like Jell-O pudding spots, which were very annoying.
Fat Albert.
They were all geared to those stupid little punky kids. Anything else? No. That's
Fat Albert.
What was the show he was on? Was he on I Spy? Bill Cosby and...
Wasn't he?
Who was on that show?
I saw half of one of those shows once. I think it was him.
Robert Culp. And Bill... no? Bill Cosby, yeah, he was on I Spy. What do you mean you don't know? What is wrong with you, man, just because you're a young punk? Okay, William Shatner, and speaking of Bill Bixby, well, we left him off the list. He should be on there, shouldn't he?
Nah.
No, I'm not asking, do you like Bill Bixby? He was on a lot of...
I don't think he's got a chance. I don't think he'll get 3 votes.
You're wrong. I'm putting him on the list just to prove that you're full of crap. He's not going to win, but he belongs on there. He was on My Favorite Martian, Courtship of Eddie's Father, the Hulk, Incredible Hulking, Sulking Hulk.
Yeah, he should be off the list just because of that.
Oh. What about My Favorite Martian? You didn't like that show?
Sure I did. What about Ray Walston?
What about Ray Walston?
Right.
Yeah,
he did.
Not too long ago. Oh! How could we have forgotten Raymond Burr?
How could we?
Oh, that's right. You don't like cop shows.
That was a lawyer show.
Perry Mason? You didn't like Perry Mason?
I like Perry Mason. That was a lawyer show.
Oh. How about Ironside? Cop show. Well, nobody's perfect. And guess what? Raymond Burr?
He's right.
Also. Roy Rogers. I don't think we're putting old Roy on there. We can't put Cowboys on there. Cowboys? Guy Madison, he played Wild Bill Hitchcock. I did like Guy Madison, but for different reasons. What was wrong with Guy? You don't even know who that is.
Nope.
You don't even know who that is. See?
I don't.
Do you remember the Buster Brown show?
No.
Of course not. Plunk your magic twanger, Froggy. See, if you said that today, they put you in jail for 10 years. Can you say that on the air today?
No.
See, we're not making progress. We're regressing. We're going backward, all you kids out there. They actually used to be able to talk about it and do it on the air, Plunk your magic twanger. Now you mentioned it, they think you're talking about something else, because they're a bunch of perverts. Yeah, how about, who was the host on that? Andy Devine. Big fat Andy Devine. Know who that is?
No.
He was the host of the Buster Brown Show. He was also from Cowboy. Whose sidekick was Andy Devine? Some cowboy. Somebody will know. See, these are very important things, aren't they?
No.
Very important stuff.
Speaking of big fat hosts,
yes.
How about Big Wilson?
How about Gary Sarner? Oh, he's not big or fat, and he's not that popular. Okay, but he does have lunch from Ruth's Chris, which is all we care about. Excellent, beautiful. It's a wonderful thing. Like I said, we like Gary Sarner a lot. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
You may have forgotten these two, Ed Sullivan and Jack Webb.
How could we leave off Ed Sullivan? My grandmother used to call him Ed Solomon.
He owned Sunday nights.
Him and Steve Allen.
Yes, because, everybody tuned into Ed Sullivan just to...
And who was the second one?
Jack Webb.
Jack Webb. You think Jack Webb belongs on the list? George?
Whatever. He won't get 3 votes.
No, he said he won't get... Everybody he doesn't think belongs on there, he says he won't get 3 votes.
I like that show.
Yeah,
I just don't think he's got a chance.
How would you like that show? It was a cop show.
It was a comedy show.
On the air twice?
Huh?
Wasn't Dragnet on the air in the 60s?
Yeah, they tried to bring it back,
back in the 60s?
Uh-huh.
So it had to be that good to come back twice.
Well, I'll think about it. I'll put it down in pencil.
Okay.
Thanks.
What sex is that sand flea?
I beg your pardon? No, that's clean. Of course it is. We don't have any schmutz in here. Good. Excellent. Thank you very much. Now, wait a minute. What's in here? Ooh, barbecue shrimp and steak. Thank you very much. Ruth's Chris provides lunch today, and boy, it's going to be sensational. Do I love Ruth's Chris?
Uh-huh.
Spectacular. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Your favorite TV... See, this is not something you probably spent a lot of time thinking about, was it?
No.
Well, you ought to be. You ought to be thinking about this, okay, before they stick your ass in a box. And all this baloney about why... I read Jicka's column over the weekend. It was very good. Nice going, Tom. You may not know much about the Jeffersons, but you're right on target about these people who want you to turn off TV for one day like there's something inherently evil about TV. God, what the hell would we do without TV? And don't tell me, like the old days before we had TV. Well, it's never going to be like the old days before we had TV, okay? Is it ever going to be like that again?
No.
No, it's not. Can you imagine what you would do without TV? Mr. Hotshot?
God, I might have to talk to my wife.
Huh? Yeah, and you'd probably be divorced if that were the case. You start talking to your wife a lot more. All you people out there, you think the divorce rate's bad now. What if we had no TV? And then we got some smart ass who's going to call in and say, well, if we didn't have TV, then you'd have less divorce because people wouldn't be arguing so much about the clicker, you know? That's the big thing, is who's got the goddamn clicker. I get the feeling that I'm going to mung all over myself with this food here, which I really don't want to do. Oh, look at that, George. Look at that. A beautiful ribeye cooked just the way I like it, medium well. And these barbecue shrimp that could just knock your socks off from Ruth Chris Steakhouse. Thank you very much, guys. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Was Wheezy Esther Roll, or was that already mentioned?
I beg your pardon?
Was Wheezy
Esther
Roll?
No, Esther Roll was on Good Times.
Oh.
With JJ.
Hey, how about Elliot Kuryakin from The Man from U.N.C.L.E.?
Oh, yeah.
Remember him?
Uh-huh.
George wouldn't know anything about that.
Robert Vaughn.
Yeah. Now, I know you said don't call in under 82, but my grandson just called and let me know I was only 81, so...
Excellent.
That was a good thing
That's okay.
for me. That was a good thing for me.
We only wish we could make it.
And another thing, do you think
what was his name? David Vaughn?
David
No, Robert Vaughn and David...
Elliot, David...
No, but who was the other guy?
Did he get confused with David Soul?
No, not David Soul. The blonde guy on that show.
Elliot Kuryakin.
No.
That was his character.
Yeah, but what was his name?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, we'll find out.
I'm too old. Neil, do you think the Dolphins did very good with the draft as far as getting this Fedler guy I never heard of?
See ya. Say goodbye. Your Alzheimer's just kicked in. 567-0560, pound 560 on the 18. Did anybody call in about Andy Devine? What show, who he was sidekick to, what cowboy? Got to be some old fart like me. And you notice one of the things, just like with the music, isn't that interesting, huh? And you're going to say, well, that's because you don't have that many young people listening. Bullcrap, we got a lot of young people listening. But you'll notice that most of these names are from shows that have been on long ago. Am I right about that? Yeah. Somebody suggested the Golden Girls. No. No, thanks. No, thank you. How about Alan Ludden? Which we still do like his cough drops.
He died?
Huh? What do you think?
No.
No, he won't get 3 votes. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
No sports talk. No more into that last caller.
Yeah, well, he's old. He's old and senile. He can't help himself.
The best show, as I remember growing up, was Maude. You know why? Adrienne Barbeau.
Oh.
Incredible.
Yeah.
And the worst, Spilky's Neray.
Spilky's Neray.
Have a nice day.
You too, thank you. They don't like Spilky's Neray on Channel 7. They can't even stand her name. And what's the one, the cat woman? I can never think of her name. The one with the cat eyes. Boy, she makes me... That whole Channel 7, it's like a freak show is what it is. Yes. That's why they got such big numbers. Everybody likes a freak show. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil. I think that Andy Devine was Wild Bill Hickok's sidekick. I remember the phrase, I think I'm right on this, where we would say, hey, Wild Bill, wait for me.
Huh.
Remember that phrase on that show?
No.
Okay, but
I do remember Wild Bill Hickok very well.
Yeah, but it was...
Guy
yeah,
Madison.
I think the sidekick there was Andy Devine.
And you know what?
Yep.
Died?
He died.
It could be. Now, for my suggestion, from the Avengers, my favorite, Diana Rigg.
Diana Rigg?
From the Avengers.
Uh-huh.
You know, just top-notch.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my guess. Others than that, you've got the nominations already. Jackie Gleason, Alfred Hitchcock.
Do you remember the name of the guy that was on with Robert Vaughn on the...
I don't know. His first name was David.
David something.
Yeah.
British
Carradine, not Carradine.
Huh?
I'm bad at actors and actresses. The
David...
I remember. Ilya Kuryakin with Napoleon Solo, Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Right.
United Nations for...
Some British guy. Somebody will call in. David something.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Right.
Bye. I could look in the book, but that would be too easy. Plus, I'm eating lunch right now. So Gary Sarner, being the real big shot that is, he brings me a plastic fork.
I've got a steak knife for you.
I got a beautiful ribeye steak here from Ruth's Chris.
I've got a steak knife for you. I don't need one.
I thought he was Jewish. Oh, I don't need it. You know something? This is so tender that I'm cutting it with a plastic knife. God.
David McCallum.
Thank you very much. David McCallum. God bless you folks. Boy, see, sometimes you put the audience down, but that's only those idiots in the first hour, the Monday morning first hour. But once we get onto something really important like TV crap, like trivia, like all those old fogies, then we got something good going.
Uh-huh.
David McCallum, and Robert Vaughn. We got a pretty good list going here, I would think. A lot of dead people, too. Now, what are you eating?
A salad, and I think there's a couple shrimp over here in a little bowl.
Remember we were worried about how steak would travel and so on and so forth?
How's it travel?
It travels damn good.
I'll have to take your word for it.
That meat is sensational. Well, I might give you a little nub off the end. Little nub. 26 after noon at 560 WQAM. You want a good night's sleep tonight and every night for a long time to come? Uh-huh. Of course you do, unless you're nuts. So get you a new mattress. Toss out the lumpy old bumpy one. Even the best ones don't last forever. And get you a great mattress from our friends at Dial a Mattress. That's what I always do, and you should too. Dial a Mattress is the original, the easy, the smart way to buy you a new brand name mattress. They got low warehouse prices every day of your life. So instead of waiting for or falling victim to some phony sale in a bedding or department store, here's the way to do it. All of those stores sell house brand mattresses, which is code for cheap garbage, but never at Dial a Mattress. They wouldn't waste their time with stuff like that. They sell only national name brand mattresses like Serta and Sealy, Simmons and King Coil. When you call 1-800-MATTRESS, you can be sure the mattress you want is always in stock, too. And they deliver it to you 7 days a week on the day and time that you want, whenever it's convenient for you. And depending on where you live, as soon as a couple hours after you make that one easy phone call. Only Dial a Mattress gives you a 30-day in-home...
On Sports Radio 560. Oh, yeah. AM.
Decriminalize pot in Florida.
I, William Shatner.
I, William Shatner.
Take this woman.
Take this woman. Take me down to the Paradise City, where the grass is green and girls are pretty.
Okay. To have and to hold.
To have and to hold. Hold. Hold me now. Hold me in your loving arms. Stay with me. Let loving start. Let love start.
That's fine, but if it's not too much to ask, I'd like to keep this ceremony simple. Do you take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I do. Darling, I do. Everything I do for you. Look into my eyes. You will see what you mean to me. Search your heart, then search your soul, and when you find me there, you'll search no more.
By the powers invested in me, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may now kiss the bride. Just kiss the damn bride.
Isn't that one of the things we love about William Shatner, the fact he don't take himself too seriously?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, don't take anything. Like when his wife drowned in the pool, he didn't take that seriously.
No,
he went off and got that young chick and ran off to Mexico and got married again. Nice going there, Billy. Oh! He's out of this world. So the lunch is sensational. George didn't get too much because he's watching his weight. And because
I didn't know I was, but...
And Gary Cerner doesn't like you very much?
Apparently not. All those shows I did on Israel.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't. That's right. Too much Palestinian talk. And then when you started standing up for Benny Hinn the other day, he really got pissed off. 5670560. Oh, look at Robert. I don't even know what this name is. Guillaume. Guillaume. Who is that?
Benson.
Benson? Harry Benson? Robbie Benson? I don't know who that is. What's Benson?
Benson was a sitcom. He was also on Soap. He was the Black Butler, and he got spun off into his own sitcom.
Well, the answer is no. And speaking of no, here's another one. Oprah? Now, see, I can't... Oh, not in the middle of my lunch. Did somebody say Oprah? We got to put her on there.
Yeah, she's big.
Huge. About 600 pounds. Okay, she's on the list, and I do... Oh. Ah! Sorry. I'm apologizing to myself for putting that bitch on there, Oprah. Yeah, she's got to be on there. She's got all these millions of women, millions of imbeciles, idiots, just following her every word, buying the books that she's peddling, buying into this week's diet. Oh, here's a good one. Lawrence Welk. I'm afraid that our audience isn't quite that old yet, okay? Nice try. A 1 and a 2. Bob Newhart, he's on the list. Here's some other ones on here. Let's see. Phil Silvers. Phil Silvers was, I don't know. I never thought he was very funny. Did you think Phil Silvers was funny?
Who?
Oh, you don't know who that is? Jew, glasses, bald, comedian.
You got to narrow it down more than that.
He was in some, I don't know, one of those McHale's Navy kind of shows, but not that one.
I'm sure if I saw him.
He's not going to be on the list. Raymond Burr's on there. Larry Hagman's on there. Eddie Albert. What do you say, Eddie Albert?
No.
If we put Eddie Albert in there, we got to put Ava Gabor and Zsa Zsa Gabor, Merv Griffin. Does Merv Griffin go on our list?
No.
No, when we have when we do the poll on famous closet people, we'll put Merv on there. Robert Conrad, Wild Wild West, and Baba Black Sheep. What do you say, Robert Conrad?
No.
Nah. You know what I mean? Take him or leave him. He's not strong enough. It's got to be somebody really strong. Somebody really, really strong. And he ain't strong. Mobile in Weston, hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Do you have Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke?
Yeah, we got them.
How about Robert Wagner? Buddy Epson.
Yeah, he's on there.
And Maureen McCormick, my personal favorite.
Who's Maureen McCormick?
Marsha Brady.
Oh, okay. Have a great day.
All right.
Okay, pervert. Maureen McCormick. Next thing you know, we'll be having people calling and saying Scott Baio, Chris Atkins. Perverts. Fags. Like me. Tony Dow. Rick Nelson.
John Schneider.
Willie Ames.
Schneider.
Straight. Who's the other one I left out? Well, that...
John Stamos.
John Stamos. What's wrong with John Stamos?
What's right with him? Besides that.
I got news for you. If we can have Ronnie Howard and Henry Winkler on there.
Ron Howard was a talent.
And Henry Winkler?
Hey.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to be on there only because he'll get some votes, because there's a certain bunch of people out there that are into I think we heard from him in the first hour.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's the A crowd. How about the A team? How about Mr. T? What do you say?
He died?
Is he dead? No?
Mr. T?
Did he make a comeback?
Isn't he? Don't you see all those spots that he's doing right now for the 1-800 whatever that phone thing is?
1-800 I died. Yeah, I have seen
They're
those.
funny.
Yeah. Well, what happened? I thought he was dying or something.
He got better.
Yeah.
He was just wearing too much gold and it was weighing him down.
Oh, is that what it was? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Let me go over the list again now that I got a mouthful of barbecued shrimp. Ed Sullivan, Raymond Burr, Bill Bixby, which you didn't want Bill Bixby on there, which I think George is a communist. Bill Bixby, Sid Caesar, Phil Donahue, Farrah Fawcett, Barbara Eden. I still can't believe the guy we called before about Barbara Eden, and who was the other one from Jacqueline Smith? He must have one eye, you know what? Elizabeth Montgomery, Lucille Ball, Jackie Gleason, Johnny Carson, David Letterman, Florence Henderson, David Cassidy, William Conrad, Telly Savalas, Jack Parr, Steve Allen, Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke, Gene Rayburn, Bill Cullen, James Garner, William Shatner, Dick Clark, Jack Lord. Didn't George Harrison make a song about him?
Yes, my Jack Lord. Got sued.
Bob Barker, Larry Hagman, Regis Philbin, Tony Dow, Carol O'Connor, Susan Day. I mean, Susan Day's not going to, how many votes is she going to get? But she's got to be on there. Oh, Milton Berle, Carol Burnett, Michael Landon, Sherman Hemsley, and in parentheses, George Jefferson, Jerry Seinfeld, Bob Newhart, Bill Cosby, Jay Leno, Ron Howard, Henry Winkler, Lee Major, Andy Griffith, Buddy Epson, and Alfred Hitchcock. You know who I didn't ask you about? Donnie and Marie.
What about them?
Neither one of them belongs on the list?
For one flash, how about Sonny and Cher if you're going to go that route?
What do you mean one flash? Donnie and Marie have had 80 million different shows on TV for a long time.
Two. Sorry.
Two?
Their music show and their talk show, both of them were weak and didn't last.
Donny Osmond might get a lot of votes. There's a lot of us out there.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Mormons.
Right. In fact, I rode my bicycle to work this morning. You like my tie?
And your name tag.
Mm-hmm.
And your helmet.
Zacharias. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. How about Herb Schreiner? Huh?
Okay.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, some guy.
Some Indiana corn pone comedian. Will Shriner? I got it. Hollywood Squares, Paul Lynde.
Yeah.
He'd get some votes.
He'd get a couple.
He was on Bewitched.
Sure. Crazy Uncle.
Right. What else was he on? That was about it. How about Charles Nelson Riley? Jack Klugman? How about Tony Randall?
And Jack Klugman.
Yeah. What do you say?
No.
22 till 1. Boy, I tell you, we have bitten off more than we can chew here, I think, today.
Are we finished?
No. I'll let him know when we're finished, okay? Tell him just to eat a few more meals and relax, okay? This is a heavy duty, like I just got through saying, undertaking, okay? God. Well, television...
Jeez.
Hello, citizens. This is Batman. You know, even though I'm a fictional character, the Y2K problem is real. In other words, I may be from the comics, but there's nothing funny about Y2K. So, what can you do, John and Jane Citizen? Panic. That's right. If you have the time right now, run out into the streets and scream your head off like a little girl, yelling, Y2K, why me? Oh, I'm so scared. You don't think Batman's coming to your rescue, do you? Ha! I can tell you now, stock up on canned goods, then withdraw all your cash from the bank and bury it in the backyard. But be careful if you have a canine friend, then shell your computer. It'll be about as useful as the bat signal at noon. You might as well get some money out of it now so you can buy a generator and lots of gasoline. But don't store the gas in empty plastic milk containers or some unsuspecting moron like Robin might suck it down thinking it's iced tea. Then you gotta get his stomach pumped by rushing to the emergency room, and you don't want to do it in costume because people tend to laugh at Batman when he's not on the silver screen fighting crime. And they always tease Robin because his outfit is so gay. But I digress. This is Batman. When it comes to Y2K, don't be a joker.
Okay, the reason I played that had nothing to do with Y2K. Obviously, it had to do with the show. Because I said Burt Ward, and George kind of like, heh, like that. Hey, that's no laughing matter, mister. Anybody that's wearing those tights.
And those crime-fighting booties.
And his crime-fighting booties, too, of course.
Yes.
You bet. Adam West, Burt Ward, what do you say?
No.
A lot of us had a soft place for Burt Ward. Make no mistake about that. So here's the definitive facts with the answers. It says Wild Bill Hickok. Guy Madison is Wild Bill, which I had that right. Andy Devine was his sidekick. Jingles Jones. Well, did we get a request this morning for some jingles? Jingles Jones. And the show with Phil Silvers was Sergeant Bilko. That ring a bell? Sergeant Bilko? Did you ever see that show? No. George is licking his wounds because he didn't get any steak. Well, that's your buddy Gary Sarner. Cheap Jew, that's all I can tell you. I'm sure that my friends at Ruth Chris would have bought you anything you wanted. But not Gary Sarner. He don't care about you. You're small potatoes. Only when he's doing those $15 appearances that he gets you, Oh, speaking of that, this Sunday, or is it next Sunday?
This Sunday.
This coming Sunday. See, I just happened to see it on the calendar because you never tell me, and then you bitch and moan. I think you do that for a reason.
I don't bitch and moan.
No, because you get paid. Yes. That nobody shows up. Well, if we promote it heavily all week, you get like 20 or 30 people show up. 50, 100 maybe at Bill Seidel's in Davie.
Mm-hmm. From noon to 2.
From noon to 2 this coming Sunday with George Rodriguez. I bet you, is Miguel going to be there?
Yes.
Miguel will be there. He'll let you squeeze it once or twice for the right price. And Miguel, by the way, isn't circumcised. I mean, he's circumcised. He's very circumspect. Clean cut. That's our poll tomorrow. Is it better to be clean cut or just cut? Noon to 2 this Sunday, Bill Seidel's on University Drive in Davie. So what are you guys going to be giving away? Good stuff? No.
Crap with our logo on it.
Here, we'll have some free QM crap. Because we don't have any promotional budget here. Although the good news is, Greg just handed out the promotional budget for 2001.
$8.
Yeah, that's it.
Up from last year.
Yeah, that's a 50% increase from last year. Let's hear it. Oh! Nice going, Greg. Must be all that CBS Infinity money coming in here. Or maybe because they actually sold a couple of Marlin spots. Am I doing? Does it sound like I'm doing a whole show with my meat in my mouth today? Because I am. Hey, I'm not going to let this... I mean, I could put it in the microwave a little bit later, but it's too good now to go to waste. What a delicious ribeye steak. Not that I want to rub it in. No, if you would have asked...
No, enjoy it. By all means, if I would have asked, I wasn't asked to ask.
Well, why not? What, is Gary Starner some kind of a moron?
Yes.
Is he some kind of a quisling?
Yes.
I don't think he appreciates you very much, Gary. And this summer when I'm not here, is he going to be bringing any food?
No.
Putts? Professional
Nothing there.
chew? I hope that somebody switches his dishes in the house, you know what I mean?
We'll be getting a lot of food.
I hope somebody switches his milkshake and flakeshake dishes in the house and he goes to hell because of it.
Yes.
But it's delicious. So thanks a lot, Gary. And especially thanks to Ruth Chris. Anyway, let's see. The Fugitive, Richard Jansen. We've had a few people. Should I put him on there? Hey, Richard Jansen can't be on the list, can he? Richard Jansen from The Fugitive.
David.
How about Soupy Sales?
David Jansen.
Oh, and I say, well, it says here, Richard. See, I got sucked in. David Jansen. I'm sorry. I got sucked in by a fax. Soupy Sales. I love Soupy Sales, but is he going to be on there?
No.
And also says, how about the Beaver? I'm sorry, I'm not into Beaver, okay? No, seriously, what kind of person would vote for the Beaver as their favorite TV person of all time? I could see the voting for that as their favorite show, maybe. Maybe.
But not because of him. He was the least interesting thing about the show.
Exactly. I mean, Jerry Mathers, of all the people, even though the show was called Leave It to Beaver, of all the people on there, probably if you went in a shopping mall and you got people of the right age who would know that show, he would be the last one whose name they would know. They'd know Tony Dow, they'd know Barbara Billingsley, they'd know Hugh Beaumont, and Jerry Mathers, they would know Jerry Mathers from Marshall Mathers.
And what was special about him? He had buck teeth.
In fact, have you ever seen Jerry Mathers and Marshall Mathers together?
No.
Same person, I think, with a hair dye job, yeah. He had buck teeth, and he was an ugly little kid.
Right.
So why would he be their favorite? I mean, Luke Halpin, that's another story.
How about that?
On Flipper. I'm not putting Luke Halpin on there.
How about Flipper?
Flipper. They call him Flipper. Yeah, I used to flip it watching that show. Here's that's why they called it Flipper. Here's a mobile in Fort Myers. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Guy maybe turned out to be kind of a TV celebrity that wasn't supposed to be. How about Howard Cosell?
Yeah, that's a good one. I love him. Howard Cosell was great.
I think he was supposed to be smaller than what he was covering, but it seemed like he was always front row.
Yeah, so he does belong on there. You're right. In fact, he made Monday Night Football. I don't care what any of these other people will try to tell you. He made it what it was, and they'll never duplicate it. You're right.
Yeah, and I was surprised that you had William Conrad on there, not Robert Conrad. A couple of secondary ones, or maybe Peter Falk, maybe?
Peter Falk. Well, George hates cop shows, so, we have to sneak it on there.
Oh, okay, and maybe Linda Evans. I don't know.
No.
She was like on Big Valley and stuff. But that other
She
guy,
had the old Big Valley.
$6 million man.
Okay, thanks, pal.
You want any token ones?
Go ahead.
Brian Gumble.
Yeah.
You put Oprah on there. Don Cornelius.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And Cornelius Brothers and Sister Rose. Okay, thanks. Howard Cosell. He belongs on the list even though Dave Johnson hated him and still does. Hey, you know something? Speaking of Dave Johnson, George, it's not going to be that far away. What's the date? The first, look on the calendar. What's the first Saturday in May going to be? That's the Kentucky Derby is coming up. May 3rd, 4th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th, May 5. I believe that's Kentucky Derby Day, first Saturday in May.
Uh-huh.
Dave Johnson will be calling us because he's doing the Derby on radio. I don't know. He hates Howard Cosell. The guy's been dead for years now, still hates him. Like poison. But it's not a question of whether you like them, on that basis or not, but, well, I guess it is. Here's a lady in Cooper City. Hello.
Hi, Uncle Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
Great.
Well, I have someone I know who'll never make your list because I think only me and you know who he is.
Okay.
But I used to just get moist over Patrick McGowan. I just loved him.
Yeah, Patrick McGowan.
But nobody really knows who he is
Because the show had a cult following. That was the problem.
Right, that's very true. But he just did it for me.
Yeah, he was good.
He was great. And someone more contemporary, though, who doesn't do it for me, but who I like a lot, and I know you probably hate his guts, is Regis Philbin.
Yeah, he's on there.
Oh, is he good?
No, I don't hate Regis. I like Regis, but I think his show sucks, but he's on there.
But he's, I don't know, something about him just, I like. He's just enjoyable.
Yeah, you can't dislike Regis.
Right, that's very true. Very true. I adore him. And my little boy says to vote for Kermit the Frog.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, have a great
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, nobody don't like Regis, just like Sarah Lee. Only their stock's doing better. Oh, actually, his stock's doing better. Can you imagine the money that he's raking in? You know who the hell was it? I saw a thing the other day. Some Hollywood person. They said the people who succeed are the ones who just keep going. Who was it who said that? Somebody.
The Energizer Bunny.
No, seriously. The people who make it are the ones who keep going. Like Regis.
He keeps going and
going. Going and yeah. He must have eaten at the Pizza Loft. 5670560. How about Joe Costello? Any favorite TV people?
Jerry Mathers.
Oh. I'm so sorry I asked. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami. Going once. Gone. Here's another mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
No, it's not a mobile.
Here's a stationary in Miami.
Neil, spy report from Amsterdam.
Uh-huh.
Dwight Lauderdale.
Uh-huh. Great. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. So sad. Isn't it sad? Make you want to sit down on a street corner and cry. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello. Pembroke Pines. What's going on? Are we on a roll now all of a sudden? Have we had a disconnect with the audience? Here's Miramar. Hello.
Oh, Neil, how are you today?
Okay.
Good. Couple of them for you. How about Danny Thomas?
Huh. Probably worth a thought or two.
Peter Graves.
Peter Graves.
From Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I know
Leonard
who he is.
Nimoy.
I like Peter Graves. No, not Leonard Nimoy. Not with those ears.
Well, no, I mean, he was on Mission Impossible.
I know.
He also did In Search Of.
And Peter Graves is on A&E on that biography show, which I love.
On the biography, yeah. Oh, excellent channels. Those are the three best channels: A&E, Biography, and the History Channel.
And Discover.
And Discovery Channel.
And the Travel Channel with all these naked people on there now.
I don't know. I didn't watch that one yet, but
Trust me.
The Learning Channel is also good. That's the only reason why I got. That's the only reason why I got the dish.
I never watched the Learning Channel. I've never seen that.
Oh, they got some good stuff on the Learning Channel.
Do they?
Some real good stuff. All right, Mr. Neil, that's all I have to offer. Bye.
Thanks. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. What do you say, Peter Graves? Yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
Don't be so enthusiastic about it.
I liked him.
Don't forget, like I said, because you weren't listening, you were hocking and shining with Joe Costello about how you got China on lunch. What?
I was on the phone.
With Joe?
Yeah.
But anyway, A&E, he was on a biography show.
Yes.
But Jack Perkins can't be on the list, even though he's been on a lot of good shows. What was the, Oh, that wasn't Jack Perkins, that was the other Perkins.
Marlon Perkins.
Marlon Perkins. What about Marlon Perkins?
No.
All you Woodsy the Owl kind of people out there? No, Jack Perkins has been on a lot of things. Drugs. But the fact that he speaks without his teeth on the A&E biography thing, it puts me off a little bit, you know. Hey, put your teeth in, Jack, you know. Have you ever noticed that?
I didn't know that was why.
Yeah, well, it must be the reason. Nobody talks like that. Except maybe the Marlins announcer. I don't want to pick on Dave O'Brien. Dave O'Brien's okay. Highly overrated. Good guy. Screwed over Joe Angel badly. I know, it wasn't his choice. He didn't make the decision. He just put on a big ear, you know. He deserves broadcasting a team that's drawn like 6 people a game. Nice going there, Dave O'Brien, and quit talking through your teeth like Eric Reed, all right? Hey, it's Shabbat in the Magic City. I can't stand people who do that. Why do they do that?
It's their way.
Is it their way? I just can't stand people who talk through their teeth. 17 after 7.
Like people who talk out of the sides of their mouths.
Oh, yeah, like Jean Chrétien. Froggy. Although you can't knock Jean Chrétien because he said that Bush was a moron. And when some dumb frog like him is telling us that George W. is a moron, and there must be something to it. 12:56 at 560 WQM. Speaking of the world-famous Pizza Loft, which I was only moments ago, boy, that Jeff Cohen, he is really something else. You know what? The secret to success, he's never there. He's out busy. He keeps real busy doing stuff, doing people, getting laid, doing all kinds of amazing things. Then he comes in here during lunch and tells me all the wild stories, while the experts out there that he's got in the kitchen are working their ass off to make you folks that great food. All that delicious Italian stuff, all your favorite pasta dishes, 3 different kinds of great pizza, chicken dishes, veal eggplant, super subs, chicken cat pizza, teriyaki calzones, and so much more. Everything is fresh. Everything is cooked to order. It's never soggy or rubbery.
1 to 2 hours.
Clock at 5:60 WQM. Here's a fax that says, how about everybody from Gilligan's Island?
No.
No, thanks. See, you'll have to help me on those, because Gilligan's Island, Hogan's Heroes, McHale's Navy, the one with the pig and Ava Gabor and Green Acres, not my stuff, not my bag. Just not my thing, I was never into rednecky TV. How about Jack Benny?
What about him?
Somebody has him on the thing here. It says Jack Benny.
Sure.
He belongs on there.
Absolutely.
You betcha. You bet your life. Oh, he's on there. Jack Benny. Now, how about Abbott and Joe Costello? I was thinking more like Bud Abbott and Lou Costello might be on there, but how about Joe Costello? That's cute. Abbott and Costello?
No.
No, they were like more famous from the movies, weren't they?
That's
Not
what
so
I
much
thought.
on TV. Sergeant Bilko was originally titled You'll Never Get Rich. That's correct, with Phil Silvers. The writing staff for your show of shows was Mel Brooks, Carl Reiner, Larry Gelbart, Neil Simon, Woody Allen, and Mel Tolkien. How do you like that? What a bunch of Jews, huh? What a talented crew that was. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I don't think we're going to need to do this 3 days. I think we got it licked today, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, how many more can there be? Well, we're not talking about underlings. We're not talking about little secondary. We're talking about and the thing that just amazes me is that I'm looking at anybody on this list who's like the most recent one, I guess, would be Seinfeld. Right?
Yeah, you have all the Friends. We're not going to put them all on there.
Friends?
Yeah, it's big.
No, I know the show is big, but who on the show who individually would even be considered to be
David
on it?
Schwimmer, Lisa Kudrow, the people that win the awards, I guess. A lot of people would say Courtney Cox, who I hate.
No. In a category with these people?
No.
See, this thing is very revealing, just like the music thing was. Not that we want you young people to feel bad about yourselves unless you want to, of course, but the fact is that contemporary stuff, music, TV, movies, most of it blows. Most of it blows. It bites. It sucks. So anybody seen Schindler's List? Here's Boca. Hello.
Groucho Marx.
He's on there.
Mother Brothers.
Not on there.
The Iron Chef.
Okay. Quit while you're ahead.
Phil Hartman.
No.
He was on a whole bunch of shows.
I mean, I love Phil Hartman. Don't get me wrong. Okay, Phil Hartman. Sorry. How's he doing? Oh, sorry. Really sorry. How about David Hartman? Mary Hartman?
Mary Hartman.
How about Alistair Cook? Remember him from Omnibus?
No.
No.
Of course you don't. How about Ben Grauer?
Who?
Oh, Boca Brian's squeezing himself now.
How about Aleister Crowley?
How about Mort Crowley? Morton Steakhouse? Here's Deerfield. Hello.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody's mentioned Rod Serling.
They did.
Oh, well, then I guess I missed that part.
But he wasn't really. I mean, he he hosted the show and he narrated the opening, but he wasn't really a.
He wrote a lot of those.
Yeah,
but we're not asking about famous writers. We're asking about.
The other thing that you were talking about earlier, I don't know if anybody. I know that somebody said that Andy Devine was on Wild Bill Hickok.
Right.
The character that he played was named Jingles.
Yeah, that was on the fax.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And if you're talking about characters on shows, probably the best one that I can remember was the Reverend Jim on Taxi, Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah. Okay.
That's all I got.
Thanks. You think we ought to have Christopher Lloyd on the list?
No.
5670560, pound 560. Hey, I'll put Burt Ward on there before Christopher Lloyd any day. Hands down. Those tights. Here's a mobile in Pompano. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I got a handful for you.
I'll bet.
How about how about Larry Hagman?
He's on there.
How about Tom Selleck?
Tom Selleck.
Magnum P.I.
Magnum P.U. No, I don't think so.
How about Alan Alda from MASH?
What do you think, George? Somebody else mentioned Alan. Yeah,
he belongs on there.
He belongs on there. You're right.
How about Don Johnson?
Don Johnson?
Miami Vice.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I don't think so.
How about Fred Savage from the Wonder Years?
Oh, okay. Quit while you're ahead. 56705.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that Muniz kid from,
How about Timmy from Passions? I still say he belongs on air. It's the best TV going now, next to Guiding Light. 5670560. We're getting close to the end. We almost have this list compiled, Eric. Just hang on tight, okay? Hang on to your big industrial-sized box of Cheerios very tightly and relax. Oh, don't let me forget to bring in that book, that Atkins book tomorrow. I'm going to read that stuff on the air. It's going to make a lot. If you have a weak stomach, I mean, there's nothing gross in there. But it's just something that when you hear it, when you hear the words, when you read them in print, when I put them on the air, people are going to say, uh-oh. Oi. Better stop crying my insides. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
I guess Snooki Lanson wouldn't.
How about Giselle McKenzie?
Yeah.
How about Russell Arms?
You know,
how about Dorothy Collins?
A real trendsetter and probably had more spin-offs than anybody in television.
Yeah.
Was Judge Wapner.
Huh. Yeah, but we're not asking the Rain Man. He's not voting on our poll.
He's a good one, Judge Wapner. Everybody watched him.
Yeah, and now we got 75 judge shows on.
Do you remember? Yes, what I mean. There are more spin-offs. Do you remember a court show before Judge Wapner, and the court attendant was
Jim McKay.
Jim McKay.
Yeah, that goes back 40 years.
Yeah.
Sure, he used to sit out in the hallway outside the courtroom, and he used to talk, and he was always breathless. He was talking in a low, breathless. Yeah.
Jim McKay.
Right.
Can you imagine that?
Uh-huh.
All right, Neil.
Thanks.
Nice talking to you.
Thanks. This is pretty interesting. Pretty damn provocative. Isn't that provocative?
No.
Exciting?
No.
Stimulating?
Yes.
Okay. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. George is really upset he didn't get no steak today for lunch, and it's all Gary Cerner's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm sticking up for you. It is.
Thank you.
That's being a real prick to be like that.
This goes back to years ago.
Like you're supposed to sit in there and watch me eat. I mean,
back in the IOD days. I understand that I'm a schlepper and amount to nothing.
You're a part of the show now. You even do the show for like,
But even the janitor, homeless people wouldn't want to sit and watch somebody else eat a steak. I'm a captive audience.
Exactly. And it's so good that I'm certainly am I going to share it with you?
No.
Too good for that.
I'm watching your eyes roll into your head and the drool come out of your mouth.
They are delicious.
Juice dripping
I'm not
down
sure
your
whether I
shirt.
enjoy that better or thinking about Burt West. See, that's how good it is. I'm getting a little, my brain is scrambled. At least my blood sugar is not going up, is it? No. Barbecued shrimp and a delicious ribeye, medium well from Ruth Chris. Mm-mm. Hey, here's something else that's really great, and that's Reggie at Mobile AC Charging. This guy is great. He's not just good, he's great, which is shocking because this is Peter Leonard's account. Doesn't that shock you?
Yeah, little.
Yeah, you know Peter Leonard. Oh, yeah, that's the one. But Reggie at Mobile AC is a magician, and this is one of the... for years I've wondered, why do you have to keep wasting your time going out and sitting in an office somewhere reading 20-year-old magazines while they diddle around, changing your oil, doing the other minor repairs on your car? Why can't somebody come to you and do it? And now Reggie at Mobile AC does. Whether you need a quick shot of Freon to make sure that your AC is working the way it should, or any minor motor vehicle repair. They changed the oil in George's car last week. That's the one that's still around, right?
Yeah, that's the
we don't want to talk about that. And... both of my cars, both of my beautiful Corvettes, and what a great job they do. That's right, they'll do a complete lube, oil, and filter change for just $35.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. Playboy pages are all stuck like glue. My pants are still unbuckled and they hit the floor. Don't seem to go outside no more. My sister is gone. She's out on a date. So I sit at home and masturbate. Thank you, Billy Joe, for that line at the end. So I sit in my room playing with myself again. That's why I can't go to the food court again. So I sit at home playing with myself again.
113. At 560 WQAM. This will make you feel even worse. I put the rest of my meat in the microwave and nuked it for about half a minute. And evidently, this has got the butter in it, because sometimes I tell them hold the butter because it makes me every now and then. But they broil their steaks in butter at Ruth Chris. And the butter all came out again there. It's like real juicy now and delicious and just melts in your mouth. Not that I want you to feel bad.
Oh, no.
But you know what this reminds me of? It would be like if Gary Sarner invited you to dinner with your wife.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought you, a meal, a steak and whatever, and the side dishes and some soup. And he brought your wife like a little salad.
Right. Well, what I got were the sides that you didn't want. You understand? That's what I got.
No, I had the barbecue shrimp. I had my own.
But he brought, like, extras.
Oh, I see.
I got, like, a salad.
Oh, so it wasn't really even intended for you. It was just like leftover?
Right. It's like, he won't want this, so let's give this to the other guy.
So I guess we're not going to be going to his house anytime soon, are we?
No.
Gary freaking Sarner. Scumbag. 5670560, pound 560 on it. But by the way, the lunch is delicious. I like Gary Sarner myself, though. I'm only speaking for you when I say scumbag. Because this lunch is sensational. And that's got nothing to do with him. It just has to do with Ruth Chris, because they're great. No, seriously, when you nuke it, it gets all juicy and butter in there, starts dripping in there again.
Nice and pink.
And the steak, too. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil, God, how you doing?
Great.
I can't believe nobody has mentioned this. Kukla, Fran, and Ollie.
Yeah, now which one?
Either one.
Yeah, how about Fran Allison? She's dead.
What about the guy from Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom?
Yeah, we mentioned him too, Marlon Perkins.
Oh, you mentioned him? Is he on the list or not?
Isn't he dead?
Yeah, he is dead. And so is the guy that used to do all the dirty work and catch the alligators and stuff like that.
And Bert Tillstrom, who was the puppeteer from Kukla, Fran, and Ollie, he's also dead.
He's also dead.
Yeah, he died too.
What about Big Wilson if you want to go local?
He died.
Okay, thanks. If we started doing local, we'd have to have all the dead people. Big Wilson and Dave, what was his name? I went to Detroit. Dave Dixon. Boy, for just a second there, I thought the Alzheimer's was kicking in. Dave Dixon. Boy, that is sure some steak. That ribeye just melts in your mouth. Oh, don't feel bad. Well, George is on the phone. I'll say it real low. I wasn't saying anything. Here's the sunrise. Hello.
Glenn, how are you, Neil? Neil?
Is this Glenn?
Glenn, can you hear me?
I thought you were calling for Glenn. Yes.
Yeah, right. Steak without the butter, by the way. He's here all the time. I think you'll enjoy it without it. But
I do order it without the butter, but this time they brought it with the butter, and it's even better.
As far as pure comedies, think back to #1 rated show in its time. For years was called That Girl, I believe, with Marlo
Thomas, yeah.
It was pretty funny, and I think her father was on the show too.
Danny Thomas.
Right. Just a suggestion.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, Danny Thomas probably ought to be on the list, but he won't get any votes. Marlo won't get any votes because Phil Donahue was pissed off at her. Or is it the other way around? Oh, and by the way, thanks again, all you Ralph Nader people, for screwing us up. Now we got this environmental terrorist in there. Isn't that exactly what I said before the election? When the Nader people were saying there wasn't a dime's worth of difference, and he's supposed to be the big environmentalist, Ralph Nader. He's just an egotistical, pompous, old, self-serving fool, is what he is. And you people are wasting your votes on Ralph Nader. I don't want to get going on it again. What's the point? Let's see. Michael Landon for his whole Bonanza and Little House on the Prairie thing. Michael Landon's on the list. Melissa Gilbert, the one with the teeth. Melissa Gilbert? I'd put Gilbert on there first. Michael J. Fox. What about it? I can't be, because I can't stand him.
Yeah, let's the Parkinson's factor.
Yeah, that'll make Tom Jicka happy. He likes him. I think he's got a thing for Michael J. Fox because he's short. He likes short people, except you. Oh, and the Golden...
He is short people.
Huh?
He is short.
That's what I'm saying. And the Golden Girls squad, especially the one with the man's voice. Yeah, Rue McClanahan rhymes with man. How about Betty White? Betty White on the list?
No.
Alan Luden?
No.
Did we put Alan Luden on there? Nah. Did we once do a thing with game show hosts? Did we do that or not?
We talked about it. I don't think we ever did.
We ever did the poll? We'll save him for the day that we do the game show hosts. We'll let Bill O'Brien come in and supervise that to make sure we don't leave anybody out. And they're all dead. Isn't that amazing? All you young people out there, don't aspire to be a game show host, especially now that the genre is coming back to TV thanks to Regis. Don't aspire to be a game show host because they all die very young. Alan Ludden. Bill Cullen.
For Bob Barker, of course.
Bill Cullen. Bob Barker's 28. Bert Convy. Right?
And Dick Clark.
Dick Clark's 36. What's the guy that killed himself on Family Feud? The little short guy?
Grimes? Wait, no.
Gary Grimes,
Okay.
yeah. No, what was his name? The little shrimpy guy that replaced Richard Dawson. Blew his brains out. He was good, too. I liked him. And then... Oh, gee, don't do it. What the hell was his name? I draw blank. That's bad. Gene Rayburn, speaking of Gene is blank, he's dead. A lot of dead game show hosts. Jack Berry, he's dead. Won't be fixing any more TV shows. I bet you that Sonny Fox is dead, too. Not the one on the radio, but the Sonny Fox from the $64,000 challenge.
Oh, we're supposed to find out. Somebody called and said that Cox wasn't on this morning.
Which Kiss? He wasn't on Kiss?
So we need to find out what's up with that.
Party. Yeah.
Ray Combs, by the way.
Oh, Ray Combs, thank you.
Brian.
Ray Combs was the one from Family Feud. In between Richard Dawson's. And as bad as Richard Dawson was when they tried to bring him back, when he weighed 600 pounds or whatever, he was like a parody of himself and a joke. There's other guy whose name I can never think of, and that's
Louis Anderson.
Louis Anderson. Are they kidding with that? Have you seen it?
Yeah, he's not good on the show. He does good stand-up comedy.
But he's terrible on that show. It's embarrassing. It's an embarrassment. It's like, are they for real, for serious with this? And it's one of those things where he's so bad I can't turn it off. Again, I love to watch when he does that motion with his hand, when they look up to see if the answer is on the... And, okay, show me douchebag. Show me douchebag. And he makes that little wave with his hand, which he can barely move because he weighs 4,200 pounds. Louis Anderson. Let's put him on the list. What do you say?
No.
Here's Hallandale. Hello.
Hello, Neil. How you doing?
All right.
Okay, listen, I think I have a whole bunch for you here.
Whole bunch?
Well, let's see. George Maharis.
George Maharis, wow.
You have that one.
That really goes back.
Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. in 77 Sunset
Ephraim
Street.
Zimbalist Jr.
How about James Garner in Maverick?
James Garner's on the list.
How about Richard Boone?
Richard Boone belongs on the list. He was on a lot of different things. He was on Medic. Remember Medic?
Sure I do.
Richard Boone, you got it.
How about Clint Walker?
Who?
Clint Walker, Cheyenne.
Clint Walker?
Yes. You remember Cheyenne? Are you doing Cowboys today, too?
I know Shahjahan, the singer, but I don't know Cheyenne.
Similar to that guy.
Shahjahan.
Gabe Kaplan?
Gabe Kaplan? Nah. If we put him on there, we'd have to put John Revolta on there, and all my
That's
lunch
right.
would start backing up.
How about the Cisco Kid?
Cisco Kid, what that was his name?
Alvaro Carrillo.
Leo Carrillo.
Leo Carrillo.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I have.
Okay, thank you.
Doesn't. I love you, but you're gay.
Okay. That's probably why. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Well, the Cisco Kid used to sleep on his poncho, is what I hear. 567-0560, pound 560 on his AT&T. Did you ever see the Cisco Kid?
No.
Oh, Cisco.
Saw the Rifleman, Chuck Connors.
Now, do you think that the Lone Ranger and Tonto slept in separate tents? Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil?
Yes, sir.
You are God.
Yes, I am.
Question. Did anybody mention Craig Stevens and Peter Gunn?
No.
That was good.
It was okay.
Didn't like that, though.
That was your... No, I mean, it was okay, and I really didn't like it.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured I'd give it a try.
Okay, thanks.
You bet.
It was all right. I give it about 2.5 on a scale of 10. It wasn't one of your better cop shows. And, of course, George hates cop shows like Poison because, for whatever reason, he's got a fetish. Because why?
Do they get their guy?
And please don't start telling me about it's not realistic. That
No.
Nothing on TV is realistic.
Do they catch the criminal at the end? All of them. Every episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
so what's the point?
Even Perry Mason lost one case. I know it's not a cop show. It's a lawyer show. I know you like Perry Mason.
Perry Mason was fine.
But not Ironsides.
No.
So in other words,
somebody commits a crime.
In other words, what you're really trying to say is that you don't like gimps.
They're all
in other words, as long as he was walking around on his own two legs, he was okay. But as soon as they stuck his ass in the chair, then you didn't like Raymond Burr. Is that what you're saying?
I don't like cookie cutters. The same thing happens every single episode shows.
He died?
Yeah, Raymond Burr died. He went to Hawaii and he died. Jack Lord, he went to Hawaii, he died.
No, I did like the Rockford Files.
Speaking of that, on the Travel Channel, forget about the Rockford Files. On the Travel Channel, the top beaches in Hawaii. I'm telling you, every night they come up with some new way to show almost naked young people on the beach and off the beach and son of a beach. I mean, just amazing. Oh! Yeah.
We like that.
The Travel Channel. Trust me when I tell you. So the Beast says, his favorite show, his favorite TV personality is Kim Bokamper when he does the sports on Channel 4. That's what he said. Well, he's trying to suck up for those terrible things he said about Kim 2 weeks ago. Was that when you were on vacation that he said this?
Apparently.
Yeah.
I know nothing about this.
Man, he was red in the puss like you sometimes get. And then Kim came in the building, was like storming around, all pissed off and bent out of shape.
I'd be afraid of that.
Yeah. He said he looks down on the Beast now. And, of course, that's not unusual because Kim is about 18 feet tall and the Beast is about 3 inches tall. Yeah. He said that Kim sucked on the air or something like that, you know. He said he was a nice guy, but he sucked on the air. Wasn't that what you said? What did you say? I don't want to misquote you. What did you say? You said his air work is an embarrassing, humiliating, something like that?
None of that ever happened.
He makes Joe Zagacki look like Mr. Personality?
He said it was all a bad dream.
Yeah.
He loves Kim Bokamper and Kim Bokamper's
I don't think it ever really happened. Did it really happen?
No.
No, I just dreamed it. He said it, Kim. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. I'm telling you, I'm in such a good mood because I got that TV. Joe Costello came in here and said, what's the newspaper takes over the TV screen? I said, you'll notice it's only over the bottom part there where the crawl is with the stock market stuff, and especially when the market got off to a real bad start this morning, I thought, I'm not going to be a captive audience and sitting here watching 4 hours of it again. So I just taped my Herald Sports section right over the bottom part on CNN. I can see they're talking about the silly war on drugs and yada yada, and everything I need to see. I just don't have to see that stock crap, you know? All my money vanishing. Here's a lady in the Redlands. Hello.
Yes. Hi, Neil. Good afternoon.
How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Great.
Can I switch topics here? I remember you mentioned that you have problems about the split-level toilet you have in Amsterdam.
Oh, we got rid of that. I got a house now with no split-level toilet.
Okay, no, because I just had a friend. She's from Vienna, but I was in Amsterdam like a couple of years back, and I had the same problem, like skid marks after you leave the bathroom, and it's so embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
So finally I had the nerve to ask her, how do you guys do it? Then she goes, all you've got to do is just put a toilet paper in the dry area, and then that takes care of the problem. Before you do your
Put
thing.
the paper in ahead of time, yeah.
I know.
Well, I'll never be dropping on that seat again. Thank the Lord for that. We're out of that place.
I know. Well, I thought that might be of help to you, but I guess you didn't go for that kind of toilet.
We're making the progress now. We're moving on to like the 18th century anyway.
Okay, then.
Thanks a lot.
That's about it.
Okay.
Thanks. Bye.
Dewey. 26 after 1 at 560 WQAM. If you want yourself a great smoke, let me highly recommend Nick Cigars to you. A lot of you folks have gotten smart over these past 3 years and gone down to Nick's and discovered that you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for a quality smoke. A legal smoke we're talking about. Are we talking legal?
Uh-huh.
You bet. Try them all, and you'll figure out which ones you like. I have a feeling you'll probably like them all, but you'll finally settle on one you like the best, like I have. I used to love the Perdomo Reserve, which I still do, but my new favorite is that Rich Perdomo Squared, which has got a unique and amazing shape, and it just is Lawrence Welk. Somebody mentioned that earlier. Is he going on there? No, we don't have enough geriatrics to qualify. Oh, yeah, we forgot Topo Gigio from the Ed Solomon Show. Topo Gigio, yeah, Ed Sullivan. Did he have a personality?
No.
Or what?
Did he have a neck?
No. He was kind of like the Beast. He had no neck. 5670560. But I'm going to read the list now, okay? Give Eric a little opportunity here to get these down. Howard Cosell. Our question, by the way, if you joined us in midstream, and I can't imagine why, who is your all-time favorite TV celebrity? Howard Cosell, Ed Sullivan, Richard Boone, Raymond Burr, Oprah, Bill Bixby, Sid Caesar. You know who we left off? Jerry Springer. What? You don't think he belongs on there?
No.
Bill Bixby, Sid Caesar, Phil Donahue, Farrah Fawcett, Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke, Gene Rayburn, Peter Graves, Jack Berry, Bill Cullen, James Garner, Phil Hartman, Alan Alda, Dick Clark, William Shatner, Jack Lord, Bob Barker. Did I say Peter Graves?
I don't know.
Well, I have these written all over the page. Phil Donahue, Farrah Fawcett, Peter Graves, they're off to the side. I don't know. Well, I'm sure Eric is paying attention, or not. Dick Clark, Jack Lord, Larry Hagman, Bob Barker, Regis Philbin, Tony Dow, Carol O'Connor, Susan Day, Carol Burnett, Michael Landon, Sherman Hemsley, a.k.a. George Jefferson, Jerry Seinfeld, Bill Cosby, Bob Newhart, Ron Howard, Jay Leno, Henry Winkler, Lee Majors, Andy Griffith, Buddy Epson, Alfred Hitchcock, Michael J. Fox, Barbara Eden, Elizabeth Montgomery, Lucille Ball, Jackie Gleason, Johnny Carson, David Letterman, Florence Henderson, David Cassidy, William Conrad, Telly Savalas, Jack Parr, or Steve Allen. I'm thinking we left somebody off here. No, seriously, I'm looking. Maybe I didn't write one down. Oh, no. I hate when that happens. Oh, William Bendix. No, he's not on there. 5, 6, 7. Okay, last-minute additions here in the last 25 minutes, and then that's it. Then we'll put this all together and get like 25 million votes overnight. You know who's going to win? Roy Orbison. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Ernie Borgnine?
No.
Come on.
No. McKay, we already discussed that earlier. We took a vote and we said, you're a nice guy, but no.
A little earlier they called you and they mentioned Joe Flynn. That was the guy who used to be Captain Binghamton.
Right.
And George put on a little music right before the noon hour. I think that was for a local show they used to play down here called Jumping Jack. I remember watching it as a kid.
That's right.
I'm out of material.
See ya. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon. So the bad news we learned today is Clarabelle, not Bob Keyshawn, but the real Clarabelle.
He died?
Is dead. Oh, that's sad. The whole Howdy Doody cast, rest in peace. All we can do is put on the search for Princess Summer, Fall, Winter, Spring, and pray to the heavens that she's still around somewhere. Here's Homestead. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about Arthur Godfrey?
Well, you know, on the heels of a great lunch, I guess you're right. I'll have to put him on there.
And Liberace.
What do you say, George? Liberace? Okay, have a great day, sir. We're debating Liberace. Arthur Godfrey I have to put down, even though I find it personally repugnant. But he was an icon. He was a pioneer. He was an anti-Semite. He was big. They named a street after him, those self-hating Jews on Miami Beach. They named a street after him, right next to Heinrich Himmler Drive. Then the Rick Sanchez Way. How about People for the American Way? Arthur Godfrey, I'm not putting Liberace on there. That's too embarrassing, okay? How about Rock Hudson?
Did he have a show?
Yeah, the Liberace show. He used to sit there with his brother, George. He used to play the violin. Yeah, and he had the candelabra on the piano. He was a great pianist.
So I've heard.
Uh-huh. Here's Orlando. Hello.
Neil, I haven't stopped laughing since about 10:20.
Really?
That phone call, the guy, was that the same guy that called you at times that he worked at a station and he was friends with the bird? And that said the bird hates your guts? Was that the same guy?
No, this was his boyfriend.
That was funny. And then you must have the best weekend you've had in a long time, man. You've been witty today. I mean, really sharp.
You want to know why? I got my income tax refund check.
Great.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But I have a few names here. One of them you mentioned already. It was Robert Conrad from Wild Wild West.
Uh-huh.
How about Robert Urich from Vegas?
No.
No. And you were talking about Regis a while ago?
Yeah.
Here's one for you. You remember a lot. Before Regis got to be real big, what was the first thing you remember seeing him on TV as?
Joey Bishop.
Ooh, you got it. I thought I was the only one that knew that.
No. Well, we're not going to put Joey Bishop on there, are we? No.
No, Joey Bishop. And as far as...
These people don't know Joey Bishop from Ann Bishop.
Yeah, I watched that. I remember seeing Evel Knievel crashing at Caesars.
Uh-huh.
But Jack Albertson, he played with Chico the Man.
Right.
And that's about it, Neil.
Okay.
Great show.
I'll see you at Albertson's.
Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, we're getting there. We got Arthur Godfrey added to the list, and Alan Alda and Phil Hartman. I'm not sure whether those originally were on. Make sure Eric gets all these names on there, because this is very, very important, Eric. This is very crucial. This is heavy, heavy, heavy duty, baby. So I saved a big piece of my steak there for, like, after work, for after the show. Going to take home, pop it in the microwave. That butter will, like, release all the juices in there again. Oh, nothing like a delicious ribeye steak from Ruth Chris.
So I hear.
Yeah, that's what George heard. Well, I took you there a couple of times, didn't I? Once at least. Once? Well, if you get JP back down here again, maybe we'll go again.
Okay.
And his new girlfriend. Well, we got rid of that other one. I think.
Yeah, I think she's gone.
She may be gone.
He was done.
Well done is what I'm hearing. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Hank's coming up at Shula Steak 2 at 2 o'clock. Jim Mad Dog Mandich at 6. You got Dizzy Crow at 8:30. Marlins at the Diamondbacks at 9:35 is game time. Eddie K after baseball. How about those Sabres, baby? Oh! Yeah. Oh, Bobby Clark, I'm telling you, you can stick it right deep inside your rectum. You piece of turd, you. It made me so deliriously happy. 8-0 was good. 28-0 would have been even better for Bobby Clark and those Parbissina Goyim with the Philadelphia Flyers. Ed Snyder, the Ganze Mishpacha, the whole organization. Hey, where's the bargains, you may be wondering right now? Well, I'll tell you. They're at the Swap Shop. Over 88 acres chock full of bargains from indoor and outdoor vendors. The Swap Shop is the busiest retail location in the world before daylight. And at night, the Swap Shop has got the world's biggest 13-screen drive-in movie theater featuring great first-run movies. Why do so many people shop at the Swap Shop? It's easy to answer that question because no place else can you see millions and millions and millions.
Is it A, Dock, B, Pier, C, Marina, or D, Inlet?
Whoa, man. Is this a $100 question right here?
You're kidding me, right?
This is $100.
For $100.
This ain't the $1 million question?
Well, this is the first one.
Man.
It's only for $100.
Is this a black thing?
Would you like to use a lifeline?
Yeah, all right. What do I got?
Well, we have the Ask the Audience, the 50-50, and the Phone a Friend.
Ask the Audience. Nah, too many white people in here. 50-50 ain't gonna help me. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna phone a friend.
Gonna phone a friend on the $100 question finishing the nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
All right, who are we gonna call, Puppy?
Oh, my boy, Old Dirty Bastard.
Old Dirty Bastard.
Yeah, Dirty we call him.
Our friends from AT&T will get Old Dirty on the line, and hopefully he can help you.
Yo.
Old Dirty.
Yeah, man.
Regis Philbin from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. How are you?
Aight.
Got your friend here, Puff Daddy.
Yo, Dirty, what's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
All right.
What's up,
Old Dirty, Puff Daddy's in a little bit of trouble here on the $100 question.
Hey, the first time, man.
First question, and the next voice you hear will be his. He'll come on the line. He'll ask you the question. He'll give you 4 possible choices. Are you set?
Hey, man.
Next voice you hear will be his, and 30 seconds begins now.
What's up? Yo, Dirty, finish this off for me, all right?
Hey, man.
Hickory dickory blank. Is it A, Doc, B, Pia, C, Marino, or D, Inlet?
Oh.
Come on, man, I don't got much time.
Man, I know this, man. I know it. I think it's Pia.
Pia, you sure?
About 30, man.
This is a lot of money, man.
30, about 30.
All right, man, thank you very much.
All right, man.
Time's up. Old Dirty said Pia. You still have 2 lifelines left. We are on the $100 question. 3 lifelines. You've used 1. You have 2 left.
No. I get another lifeline. It's a brand new one to the game.
And what is that, Puffy?
It's called Shoot the Host.
Puffy, you can ask the audience.
I call it Shoot the Host.
Puffy, use the 50-50.
What's the answer?
Puffy, it's Doc. It's A. It's Doc.
My final answer is Doc.
It's Doc. And it's a good one. You got $100.
Run, you white boy, run.
Come on, run. Get away.
144 at 560 WQM. So I got this fax a long time ago, and I forgot to mention it. Wheezy, which we've talked about this before, Wheezy from the Jeffersons is Lenny Kravitz's mother.
Oi!
So even as much as we loved Wheezy, that proves what I always said. Forced sterilization is a really good idea. Nice hairdo, Lenny. One night as the couple lay down for bed, the husband gently tapped his wife on the shoulder and started rubbing her arm. His wife turned over and said, "I'm sorry, honey, I've got a gynecologist appointment tomorrow and I want to stay fresh." Her husband rejected, turned over again, and tried to sleep. A few minutes later, he rolled back over and tapped his wife again. This time he whispered in her ear, "Do you have a dentist appointment tomorrow, too?" How about the streets of San Francisco and Michael Douglas? What do you say?
No.
Nah. Carl Malden, it says, forgot the other actor's name. I bet you didn't forget his nose, though. Carl Malden. That was a good show. Are they going to be on the list?
No.
No. Let me ask you something. What's that? What's blaring out there in the hall? What is that? Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, it stopped.
By the way, it was Roxy Roker is Lenny Kravitz's mom, which is the upstairs neighbors.
No, not Wheezy. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, get it right, okay? God. 5670560. We're getting at the end, and it's a good thing. I just flipped on CNBC for just 1 second there. Good thing I have my Herald Sports section taped right over the bottom of my CNN. Good move. It's not that bad, not that good. It's ugly. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Oh, you Neil?
Yes.
How you doing today, Neil?
Good.
Got a couple of names for you. Actually, you were talking about game show hosts. Monty Hall would be one.
Monty Hall.
Remember Let's Make a Deal?
Yeah, I know Monty Hall, but I think the answer is no, because that was it. That was a medley of his smash, you know.
Yeah, I know. I got a couple of names for TV. How about Robin Williams, Mork and Mindy?
No.
Lauren Green?
What do you think? We debated that earlier. Lauren Green.
Sure.
Yeah, let's put him on there. What the hell?
And I don't know if you put Lucy and Desi.
Lucy's on there, not Desi.
Okay.
We don't want to start making this into a Julio list.
All right, how about this one, Neil? I know you did baseball. Mel Allen, This Week in Baseball.
No.
No. Lee Majors?
He's on there.
All right, thank you, Neil.
See ya. Okay, Lauren Green, there's one more addition to the list. Yeah, what about Desi? We're going to put Desi on there?
No.
Lucy, Babaloo, come on, let's put Desi on there. No.
Because that was it. That was his...
Yeah,
besides all his back
Miguel was very militant about that. He said, when are you going to put some more Cubans on there?
Well, you know Miguel.
Yeah, I do know Miguel. And you said Cesar Romero.
Just because you asked, name another
I
Cuban
said name
TV
another
guy.
famous TV Cuban. You said Cesar Romero.
But besides his
who was
Batman, his
in
Joker
Batman,
stuff.
he was the Joker. He was very good in that role.
What else did he do on TV?
Well, he was a character actor. He was
in a lot of movies,
star, yeah.
but not so much TV.
But I'll say again, if you want to see a whole bunch of Cesar Romeros, just go to Caracas, Venezuela, go in any of the major hotels downtown, and there's all these people standing around in the lobby with pinstripe suits who look just like Cesar Romero. Yeah. It's like,
hats.
It's like a time warp. Caracas. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
3 for you. Jonathan Winters.
Yeah.
Ernie Kovacs.
Ernie Kovacs. But he died in the way. I mean, he was on the air for about 5 minutes and he died.
I know, but he was
great. He was one of my favorites.
He died?
Yeah, you're right. Ernie Kovacs needs to be on the list. You're right.
Excellent. One more. Wild card. Paul Lynde.
Yeah, I mentioned him before, but George seemed pretty down on it.
He was funny as hell.
Yeah, he was. He was the center square, and he was on Bewitched. Yeah, let's put him on there. You're right. You got 2 out of 3.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, let's put him on there. What the hell can it hurt? Okay, let's have a token fact. I mean, Paul Lynde and Ernie Kovacs. Of course, how many people remember Ernie Kovacs? Do you remember Ernie Kovacs? He's shrugging his shoulders like, who? Huh? How about John Kovacs?
Whatever.
He's a harness driver. What is it?
Whatever. You tell me.
No, I put it on there, but I'm saying, do you remember Ernie Kovacs?
Why would I remember him?
You don't. You remember Edie Adams?
No.
With the White Owl spots or whatever cigar she was selling? You don't remember Edie Adams?
No.
Oh, no. That explains a lot.
Edie Gourmet.
Edie Gourmet. How about Steve Lawrence, huh?
No.
Edie Gourmet.
No.
Edie Gourm. Yeah, we got to get a few more Jews on the list here. How about Steve Lawrence's brother that works the elevator over at the track?
No.
Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Great.
I got a bunch of them for you.
Okay.
One of them, unfortunately, he died too soon, but Jack Sue was super.
He died?
Hal Linden, I loved him. Red Fox and Barbara Eden, because I always wanted to.
Yeah, Barbara Eden was the first name I put on the list.
What's that?
Barbara Eden.
Oh, yeah, because I always wanted a blonde that knew how to say yes, master, and meant it.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, thanks. See, there's a rebuttal to that guy before that was telling me that Barbara Eden and whoever Jacqueline Smith weren't at the least bit sexual to any heterosexual man. That's like telling me that Burt Ward wasn't attractive to any homosexual man, you know? With those tights and those crime-fighting booties.
What? That feels really weird. Yeah, never mind that.
I know.
Unless you like it, of course. Sit still and hold tight.
Get a little bumpy.
Here, ow, ow. Ooh, tiny corn. Quick, easy, and right from your own ass.
154 at 560 WQM. Here, 2 faxes, one good and one ridiculous. The first one says, June Lockhart. Lassie, Lost in Space, what do you think? Callista Flockhart or June Lockhart? None of the above. Well, you know, we like you, June, but you're not going to make the list. Now, here's a fact that you're going to just love from Lori, who says, and you can see by the handwriting she's psychotic, Lenny Kaye's mother was the woman in the interracial couple. George is an asshole. Well,
that's what I said.
Yeah, exactly. Wheezy wasn't the woman from the interracial couple. She was George Jefferson's wife. The woman from the interracial couple was Roxy, whatever her name was.
neighbor, Roxy Roker, which is what I said.
Right.
Faxer's
right.
an asshole.
Tom Honky's
bitch.
wife. Right, bitch. So how do you like that? Although she does have a point. Well, she's got George spelled with the G, so maybe she's talking about somebody else like George Jefferson. Maybe that's what she meant. Do you think so?
No.
Signed Lori. I think it's really from Gary Cerner. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wire. I mean, if you're going to be wrong, lady, don't be loud and wrong, okay? You were wrong the first time, okay, anybody can make a mistake, but then to call back and bitch out George just because you were full of crap. We got your Wheezy right over here, honey. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello there. How about Ed Wynn?
Edwin's on the list.
Oh, he is. I didn't hear it.
I put him on there. Well, no, wait a minute. Maybe I left him off. I thought I put him on. I left him off. You're right. You're right. Thank you.
All right. Oh, do you remember good old Gretchen Graham from the old IOD days?
Sure.
Did you hear that last week her wonderful human being of a person, husband passed away. He lost his battle to cancer. Chuck Dent used to do the morning news on GBS.
Sure.
Yeah, he passed away last week. I didn't know if you heard or not.
Did not hear that. Sorry to hear it.
No, he was one of the few good people left in this business.
Good news guy.
Yeah. Well, have a great one, Neil.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the bad news. Chuck Dent died. Oh. Ed Wynn. Well, I could read the whole list again. Should I?
Yes.
And you've got to keep in mind, when we ask these questions, it just amazes me. I understand that you get whipped up in the, he left the name out. But you got to understand, we're asking who's your all-time favorite? Your all-time favorite TV personality. And, I mean, it's just boggling to me that somebody could say, like, Monty Hall. Oh, sorry, Tree. I mean, Monty Hall is your favorite all-time TV personality? Monty Python, maybe. Monty Hall, no. So here's who we have on here now. Ed Wynn, Paul Lynde, Lauren Green, Arthur Godfrey, Alan Alda, Phil Hartman, James Garner, Mary Tyler Moore, Dick Van Dyke, Gene Rayburn, Jack Berry, Peter Graves. Oh, that's Jack Benny, not Jack Berry. Sorry, Eric, Jack Benny. Peter Graves, Bill Cullen, William Shatner, Dick Clark, Jack Lord, Larry Hagman, Bob Barker, Regis Philbin, Tony Dow, Carol O'Connor, Susan Day, Milton Berle, Carol Burnett, Michael Landon, Sherman Hemsley, a.k.a. George Jefferson, Jerry Seinfeld, Bill Cosby, Bob Newhart, Ron Howard, Jay Leno, Henry Winkler, Andy Griffith, Lee Majors, Buddy Ebsen, Ernie Kovacs, Alfred Hitchcock, Michael J. Fox, Howard Cosell, Ed Sullivan, Raymond Burr, Richard Boone, Oprah, Bill Bixby, Sid Caesar, Phil Donahue, Farrah Fawcett, Peter Graves, Barbara Eden, Elizabeth Montgomery, Lucille Ball, Jackie Gleason, Johnny Carson, David Letterman, Florence Henderson, David Cassidy, William Conrad, Telly Savalas, Jack Parr, Steve Allen. That's it. We leave anybody out? Probably a lot. But that's a pretty good list, though.
Damn good.
And I'll say it again. Are any of those people from shows in the last couple of years?
No.
Last 5 years?
No.
10 years?
No.
None. I mean, with Jay Leno and Letterman. But they've been on longer than that. Goes to show you there's a desperate lack of real entertainment, of real star power out there now. Got some real marginal, terminal people on there. I'm not saying there aren't a few good shows, not too many. Lady in Plantation, hello.
Oh, yes, hi, that's me finally.
That sounds like you, sorry.
Yes, I'll go quickly. A correction first, though. A while back, I'm nervous, so don't mind my voice.
That's okay.
It's usually nicer when I'm not nervous.
Okay.
Okay, a man said Marsha Gibbs, it's Marla Gibbs.
Right.
Okay, my list is Abe the Goated Fish from Barney Miller and also The Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Nimoy Spock.
Mm-hmm.
2 from Mission Impossible. I know you mentioned Peter Graves, Barbara Bain, Martin Landau,
Mm-hmm.
Richard Dean Anderson, MacGyver, and Soupy Sales.
Okay.
Okay?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. Good list. Are we going to put them on there?
No.
No. They're very good ones. They're like bubbling under. The 50,000 people who are bubbling under your all-time favorite. That'll be like next week. Yeah. The 400 million people who are like, bit actors. But people that almost nobody ever heard of before. That'll be the week after that. Hey, I'm no fool. I'll tell you that right now.
Jim J. Bullock.
Jim J. Bullock? Oh, that's a separate category. Paul Lynde, Liberace, Charles Nelson Riley, Rock Hudson. Yeah.
Jim Nabors.
Jim Nabors. Very good.
Speaking of Rock Hudson.
Uh-huh. He's got a piece of the rock is what I'm hearing.
In his pocket.
Or had one.
It's his pocket rocket.
Okay, that's going to take care of it for us today. It's a scintillating, something. And with all this done, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. Do you know who you're going to vote for?
Phil Hartman.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Phil Hartman. A lot.
Very multi-talented.
Very hysterical.
No telling where he could have gone.
Right. But you know what? We know where he's going now. Okay, Hank's coming up next from Shula Steak 2. Don't forget Mad Dog Mandich at 6 o'clock. Marlins baseball and all the associated stuff that goes along with it, whether you like it or not, at 8:30 tonight.
Bye, bye, bye. The Neil Rogers Show on 560 WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
And good afternoon at 2 o'clock. Ken Malden with the QAM Sports headlines. Miami Heat with their sneakers to the fire tonight. A critical must-win game against Charlotte. Ahead for the Hornets' Nest Friday, 2-0 in their best-of-5. Florida Marlins open a 6-game road trip tonight. First to 3 in Arizona. First series out of their time zone and division this season. Brian Dempster for Florida. Randy Johnson for the D-backs. QAM baseball broadcast beginning with the Crow at 8:30. Stanley Cup quarterfinal play.
Cuando alguna vez encuentro a quien amar, apareces tú en mi mente una vez más y te siento a ti, esté con quien esté, en sus besos, en su cuerpo y en su olor, amor que de todo más allá de ti, ya no tengo nada que me pueda hacer vivir más allá, la nada solo quedo yo. ¿Dónde estás? ¿Quién te hará el amor? Cuando pienso que te puedo superar, vuelvo a ver tus cosas y te vuelvo a amar. Nuestra cama está tan fría sin tu amor, que las rosas se han secado al no sentir ya tu voz. Más allá de todo, más allá de ti, ya no tengo nada que me pueda hacer vivir más allá, la nada solo quedo mañana un mundo nuevo debe llegar. Ten fe, es muy posible si tú estás decidido. Sueña que no existen fronteras y amor sin barreras. No mires atrás, vive con la emoción de volver a sentir, a vivir Siembra en tu camino un nuevo